Have audio.
There was
Hello.
I'm back.
Ooh.
It's been so long.
There's I've been uploading all the video game streams we've been doing, and there's one where I don't know what we were saying or how we were saying it, but it thinks we were singing a song, and we got claimed on it.
What?
I listened
Wait, what
to
did
it.
we?
I listened
What
to it
song
because it's
was
all
it?
like it's like you took the melody of like it's a Japanese song too, which is the most hilarious part of this. It's like you're using the melody of a song, and I'm like, wait, was somebody playing music? Was Warren playing music? So I clicked on it. I'm like, I just have to hear it. So I hear it.
You
There's
guys
no
gotta
music
see
playing.
these glizzies. You guys
We're just
gotta
talking.
See these glizzies.
We're just talking, but something about our cadence, or maybe like one of us is like being a little too happy the way we're talking, and like we're hitting notes somehow, and it
Whoa,
got
wait,
flagged
what
as
the
a
fuck is
song,
that shit?
and that's some bullshit.
Yeah, that's
I'm trying to
hella boo
find-
boo.
I mean, it happened this morning, so I don't know how what'll happen because I fought
That's
it.
so weird.
But I'm
That's
like,
strange.
no,
Okay.
that's dystopian future.
You guys
that
need
we
to see
can't
these
even
glizzies.
talk.
These are fucking.
Oh, it's a glizzy. Hold on, Manuel.
Glizzy.
Manuel, you didn't shave. You look insane because I've never seen you unshaven.
He looks
I
like
told
he's
you I
Wolverine.
didn't shave.
Well, I
don't
didn't
know if
know.
you
I
were
wasn't paying attention.
No, I mentioned this, guys. I had a rough morning, and then I had to go outside in the heat. And when I came back, it was
Again?
so hot. Yeah, it was so fucking hot. When I came back, I was like, okay, you know what?
You think you wanted
I'm
to
not
take
gonna
more
shave.
hair off of you, but anyways, okay. So this is the first glizzy. It's
Oh,
avocado,
that looks so yummy.
bacon,
So good.
mayo, furikake, because it's kind of like a Japanese fusion place.
Horse riders.
And
What are
then
horse riders.
the second one
Oh.
is this one is called the street dog, which is kind of wait, is this not the street dog? Maybe this isn't.
Oh.
I ordered food from IHOP. It should be here soon.
I don't know what the
Oh,
fuck
that's
is on
pretty.
this one.
Wait, did you
That
get it
looks
from
yummy.
like Doghouse or whatever they're called?
This one? This is the street dog.
Yeah.
No, it's from a local place. So I don't want to say the name.
Oh, okay. No, because Doghouse is a chain. That's why I was just.
I
wondering
love Doghouse.
Yeah, no, this isn't a chain. This is they only have one location. So this one is the street dog. It's wrapped in bacon. It has avocado and then like pico de gallo, and then it has chips on top.
Pico de Dico.
You did.
I
Pico de-
got there.
Pico de Dico?
I said pico de gallo.
She
but
said
I
it. Yeah,
No,
she
but
got
you
it.
say like Pico de Gico.
I have a little bit of a stutter.
Boku no
if you
Pico.
didn't notice.
Okay, I heard Pico de Dico, by the way, but apparently that's not what Molly said.
That
But-
is what Molly said.
Oh, it is what she said. Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on,
He said Boku no Pico, okay?
Yeah, I'd like Boku no Pico with my tacos, please.
Boku no Pico.
And they're like, what? Some guy's a weeb, and he's like, what? Finally, someone ordered the
my
secret
God, it's
menu.
a Oh, by the way, I have bacon wrapped glizzies too. I actually meant to heat them up like before we start. I'll get it during Warren's presentation. I just didn't I made them, but I made them in the oven.
Why'd you get it
Got,
now
like,
since Callie's?
Well, I just wanted like
Oh.
just mention this story. I'll get them in a minute. And I made them earlier when I got home because I was gonna shave still. And then I was like, but I also didn't want to use the oven because I like cooking them in the oven because it's like they cook all the way through. I have to flip them. I have to worry about the bacon like coming off when I'm like rolling them or whatever.
I grew up, we would always boil our hot dogs.
Well, I mean, when it's with bacon, it's a little more complicated.
Yeah.
You can
Well,
still
also
cook it in the
boiling it is
microwave.
very not the way that you should do it.
We boil
I
our
like
hot dogs too.
boiling
Don't
hot
worry,
dogs.
Molly.
It's a white thing, I think.
Probably.
I like
No,
boiling
like
hot dogs.
we did it too. I actually, but I like mine
Normal.
always
I think
grilled.
What they say on the
Yeah, I think it's
package.
normal.
I had hot dogs for lunch, dinner too. I just boiled some that were in a package.
I microwave them sometimes if I'm like feeling lazy.
You can do that.
Oh,
You just need to kind of heat it
I'm
up.
not gonna lie.
It's like red sauce. You just kind of need to heat it up a little bit.
We have it
Well,
cooked.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that. We mentioned this in the past. I don't know why this keeps getting brought up, but hot dogs are all fully cooked.
Yeah.
So you could just eat it. It's like bologna. It's like
Well, I
like-
think that there are hot dogs that aren't, but most hot dogs.
yeah. You would probably know, like, but like,
Yeah.
but like you said, most hot dogs, if they're like pink and they don't have a skin, then yeah, they're almost definitely cooked. You could just like, as a kid, I ate hot dogs like that. Oh, actually, it's very funny because I was thinking about this recently because I did this recently because I wanted to do it again, so I like bought the stuff to do it. When I was younger, I remember my my brother used to get mad at me because I would ruin a corn dog to do this. I love hot dogs inside of a corn dog, but I hate cornbread. So what
You're
I would
wrong.
do,
You're wrong.
so what I would do is,
Doesn't make
You don't
any
like
sense.
cornbread?
but I
If
like the
If
flavor.
you take the breading off, it just tastes like a corn dog.
No, but I
hot
I
dog.
like the flavor of
hot
like,
dog.
Yeah, hot dog.
I like the
Just like a hot
flavor of
dog.
it being kind of like boiled inside of bread and the light.
Sounds like you want a
light
kolache. Honestly,
cornbread.
it legitimately sounds like you want the kolache. I need to bring you some
Yeah.
kolaches.
But it's funny.
What's a
so what I would do-
kolache?
What I would do was I would make a corn dog, then I would take off all the cornbread, take out the stick, and then put it in a bun. And
A kolache, the Central Texas kolache, not the real kolache, is it's literally
Uh-huh.
like a hot dog or a sausage inside of a bread bun.
Mhm.
Like a full sausage inside of a bread bun.
Mr. Taco,
Oh.
we need a question. Is
good.
Pleiades running
Oh,
late tonight?
that sounds yummy.
Yeah, we should actually.
We
I'm
have
gonna
no
look hot dog in a
idea if
sec.
Pleiades
Yeah,
is coming or not.
we don't.
I don't
know.
think Pallades. I think we're at this point. He's not showing up, dude.
Yeah, he hasn't said shit in 6:30, so I think he did tell us he wasn't gonna be on. Mr. Talkie, maybe you remember. Did he say he was gonna be on this week? Because yeah, I could have sworn when I checked in on Monday or Tuesday, it was definitely not Monday, but whatever day I checked in, is everyone gonna be here? Actually, to be fair, I only asked Molly and Callie. Oops,
Yeah,
You
fully
tagged
only
me
did-
too.
Yeah, you asked us
Yeah.
3. You did not tag
Yeah.
Pleiades.
I did
No,
not.
yeah, you
tag
tagged. No,
Pleiades.
you didn't tag Pallades. I thought you
No,
did.
I didn't.
I know you tagged me, and I just
know
said yes, I
didn't.
am.
Yeah, I know
Oh.
I did it because I just assumed. But you know what they say about people who assume. Anyways, I'm gonna go get me a glizzy. You guys entertain everyone while I go. I glizzy myself up. That sounded weird. Anyways.
It upsets me that this glizzy has mayo on it. I really hate mayo.
Ew! What
You don't
street
like
dog
mayo?
has mayo?
Because
Wait,
it
is that the
has
street
like
dog?
this. Well, I mean, it has bacon. This is not the one that's called street dog. This is
Oh,
the one
okay.
that has furikake and avocado and bacon on it.
If that's pretty cocky, then I would assume it had mayo too. That does sound kind
I
of
mean,
fitting.
it's
Never mind.
it's not unfitting
still
for the hot
talking,
dog.
Kenzie.
I just hate mayo.
You're white.
Wow.
Was
Why
that
people-
racist?
Way to
Like
racially
mayo.
profile.
Yeah,
Was that
Manuel.
racist?
Aren't you
Just
Mexican?
because
Don't you
I
like spicy
am
food?
Mayo doesn't mean that you can assume that I like mayo.
Did you say just because I am mayo?
Uh huh.
Anyways,
Yeah,
I'll be
she's
back.
mayo.
On that note, I'll be back.
What about Miracle Whip?
Wait, is there a difference between Miracle Whip?
Miracle Whip tastes very different.
I hate. Well, it's not even really the taste, honestly. It's just the thought. I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Callie. Now that you've been gone for like a million years,
Mhm.
what you been doing?
I've literally only been working. I mentioned this in chat, but I've literally pulled 2 all-nighters in the last 3 days.
Oh yeah, I remember you saying that.
Yeah, I've been busy as fuck.
Yikes. Well, is it gonna slow down, or is it just something that is this
It's-
kind of like an anomaly?
It's gonna slow down. It's gonna slow down. I mostly
We miss
finished-
you, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I mostly finished up the stuff that I was working on. I don't know. It's just like a different kind of work now that hopefully I won't have to work all fucking night on. Literally, I didn't sleep last night. Actually, what happened is I didn't sleep last night, and then at 7 a.m., I climbed into bed and just said, well, I'll just rest my eyes, which of course is not what fucking happens anytime. And I ended up falling asleep for like 3 hours, I think.
Oh, Kelly, Josh got an Oculus. Yeah, he's been playing Beat Saber and Echo Live, Echo something?
VR?
Echo VR, yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
he had me do the Echo VR tutorial, and he was like, I got through it in like 10 minutes, the entire tutorial, and he was like, what? And I was like, is that good? Apparently I'm naturally good at it. But I played a game, and I was not helpful to my team. We won. No, we lost. But I was also not helpful. But
Wait, what's Echo? What game? What
it's
kind of
like
game
a
is that?
sports game. It's like soccer meets
It's
Ultimate Frisbee.
It's Ultimate Frisbee in 0G.
and like I think
Oh,
part of the
what?
reason I was able to
Uh-huh.
get through it faster than him though is that he gets motion sickness and I don't. Because there were a couple times where like I noticed I felt like kind of vertigo-y, but for the most part I was
So I don't really get like motion sickness, but I get really bad vertigo because of
Yeah.
0G.
like it's just like the moments where like you see something coming at you and then like you hit it but you don't really hit it like in real life obviously.
For me, it's literally just that I feel like I'm floating around, So I get the same kind of vertigo I get from when I'm on a boat.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah.
It really does
Nice.
make you feel like it. It's amazing how like your vision can really like make like how much your vision can
Trick
make you
your
feel.
brain, yeah.
Yeah.
Wild. Because the VR motion sickness that people traditionally get, it's not like, because I think what you and I get is like our brain fully believes that all of this motion is happening, and so we're just getting dizzy because we're fully in motion. But
Yeah.
the motion sickness that most people get from VR is the dissonance between their inner ear and what they're seeing.
Mm.
We have too much connection. They have too little connection.
Which is interesting. Will say like there are certain video games where like I feel kind of motion sickness-y, like Super Mario Galaxy, before I got used to it, like when you first play that game. And actually I remember I looked it up, a lot of people couldn't play it because they would get. And then also in the newest Paper Mario, there's a part where you're in a boat and you like make a crane go down, and like you go down with the crane, and it's like seeing it go down like as the water is around you. That got me a little bit. But yeah, it was only, I don't remember exactly like what it was, but there were like just certain moments. It was usually when I was just like floating without controlling anything, or like when I was moving really fast and like I'd have to grab something to stop myself. Like that would be, I think, when I noticed it. But if I was just like floating around, I was fine.
Let's see, Mr. Glizzy. Manuel,
I was mostly just scared I was gonna run into stuff.
That bacon is uncooked, Manuel.
Huh?
That Glizzy looks sad.
No, I was gonna say, like, I promise you, that's the very fatty side of the bacon.
No, I know what the fuck bacon looks like. That is uncooked bacon. Fat in bacon.
Yeah, bacon
is not
comes
pink.
from her people.
Are you calling me a pig?
No, I thought isn't bacon like a white people thing?
No.
I don't think it is.
Maybe.
Bacon...
I think it's just like a commonly loved by everyone thing.
It really sounds like you were calling me a pig.
Oh
I
no,
swore
you know
that's
you're
what it
not a
sounded
pig.
like.
No.
That's why everyone's.
I'm sorry. Don't listen to me. Continue.
when you said it, I knew what you meant, so I had to say out loud. It sounds like you're calling me a pig.
Is bacon a white people thing?
I mean, it's from Europe, I think.
Where did pigs come from?
Everywhere.
That's what I'm saying. I think pigs come from Europe.
Everywhere.
Well, why doesn't China have bacon? Because they're communists. I'm just kidding.
China definitely has bacon, but
Manuel, you get out of here. You're just trying
it's
you're trying to push the line.
Eurasian wild boars.
Okay.
Is that really where bacon comes from?
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. Everywhere but the Americas.
You can buy like a boar meat on a stick, like on these like stalls, like in most places in China, and I love it because like those stalls are always like full of rats, and I don't mean like you think they're full of rats. I mean you could see rats that are not scared of humans at all, chilling by these stands.
Let's try the
Great.
straight dog.
Bacon actually originated in China.
Huh?
Oh shit,
Most
man! I
things
was talking shit.
Bacon's history dates back thousands of years to 1500 BC, in which the Chinese were curing pork bellies with salt, creating an early form of bacon.
I got one back for you, Callie.
No, your source is coming from China. Watch out! Yeah, it's there.
Are you reading it on Wikipedia? That's a known Chinese plant. I'm joking, obviously.
I know, I was saying like Callie, come on. But what was I saying?
Chinese plant.
Yeah.
Speculation exists that the Romans and Greeks learned bacon production and curing through conquests in the Middle East, and then the Romans spread it throughout everywhere.
It does seem like it would be a Middle Eastern thing.
By the way, I like you said
a lot of people in the Middle East don't eat pork.
Oh, true. That's true.
We just did a mini presentation right now about bacon.
No, wait, hold on. So several presentations ago, I was telling Callie, and mind you, at the time I didn't know about this. I was just like, I heard a random thing in passing, and I had heard that ketchup came from China, and like it wasn't even from anyone Chinese. I heard it like somebody was talking about ketchup, and they mentioned it came from China. And then Callie corrected me. She's like, it came from a sauce that sounded like the word ketchup. But
by the way, Manuel,
page says so.
This conversation was not with me.
It was with you.
You're
the one that corrected me.
No,
it was on a DTL, and we were live.
I don't know what you're talking about because I don't know this fact that you're telling me. I told you.
Because you Wikipedia'd it.
Oh, maybe that's true.
Because you're all like, no, it like I just to say it sounded like a sauce that came from China, but actually by the way, Callie, you didn't read the rest of the page. Apparently, it did come from China, but it didn't always have tomatoes. So yeah,
That is not
Well,
ketchup.
what
What did they put in it?
I know.
Sweet
Don't call me
potatoes.
ketchup, you asshole.
But it still was the same sauce. Like it's the same thing that like it just slowly evolved away from it. Like apparently it had
Wait.
like spices and like mushrooms and
potato.
other shit. And then eventually they're just like, let's add the tomatoes with the mushrooms and spices taste like shit. And then it became like, let's just only keep the tomatoes. Fun fact.
No, they
another
also,
thing
got
about
rat
ketchup,
droppings in there.
apparently ketchup actually, because of this, nobody ever thinks about this. That's why ketchup is like has different classifications, like fancy ketchup versus mushroom ketchup versus other ketchups, because they're all technically ketchup because they've all been called ketchup in history.
The thing that's weird about even having this
Wikipedia does mention all
conversation,
this, by the way.
the thing that's weird about even having this conversation is that it's like saying, oh, China invented the pancake. Everyone has pancakes. You're saying that the China
But
invented ketchup.
the name kept going with it too.
Pancakey?
Okay, it doesn't matter.
Well, there are certain foods that like did originate somewhere and then other places adopted it. So you could say
100%.
like,
But
like
I don't.
pasta originated in China.
Potatoes,
No, potatoes. What?
potatoes, and anywhere that's not the Americas.
Peru? Just kidding. Yes.
Random ketchup fact. Did you know that in Australia, ketchup is not ketchup? It tastes completely fucking
What
different.
in the colony?
It's basically barbecue sauce.
Oh, I didn't know that. Apparently, tomatoes come from the Americas too. So ketchup, as we know it, is really new. Even though people have been calling sauces ketchup for like.
Well, that's why
days.
it's like a hamburger like is actually like a multinational food if you think about where things originated.
Oh,
Hamburg.
Yeah, 100%.
They just roast. Oh, look, how's there? China has the unfair advantage of being well documented for like 5,000. They just roast it down. Yeah, did you know?
This is true. I mean, Europe did write a bunch of shit down, and then they all forgot it, which is
Well,
wild.
there's a lot of countries.
By the
like,
way, that's
obviously
insane.
Egypt.
The amount of
Egypt-
shit, the amount of knowledge, the amount of human experience we lost in the Dark Ages is literally fucking insane. Wild.
Is there just like a fat ass gap of nothing? I mean, everyone's just like, yeah, we just picked it up again eventually.
What happened was there was the Renaissance came first, right? And then
the Renaissance
was the reaction
honestly,
to the Dark Ages.
There's a lot of people who'd say like, oh, the Dark Ages never existed because like history still kept moving. Like a lot of people like to think that history is like very linear, where like, oh, everything stopped for the Dark Ages, but like
what?
that's also
I'm
when
not
Crusades
saying that.
happened.
I'm saying
I'm not saying you're saying that.
Oh,
but I'm just saying like that. Like, and if anything, like honestly, like people are like, oh, what really ended it is the Crusades, because at that point, that's when like Latin people were like, let's go invade the Middle East, and they go there and like, hey, look, they kept things that that we burnt.
Like, who would have thought?
Like literally, it's like, what do you know? They kept those scrolls we burnt back home. They copied them. Or kept the originals, or whatever the case was.
They're ours now.
Did you know that the burning of the Library of Alexandria, people are all like that it's that like people say that never happened, because if you keep reading histories, like they send people to the Library of Alexandria like after it's supposedly burnt down.
to be fair, they might not have known.
But apparently only one historian ever said it burnt down, and nobody else ever said it. So people argue about that too.
Then where is it, Mr. Smart Man?
Well, obviously,
Yeah.
No,
Alexandria.
Yeah. No.
it's still there. But anyways, it's not like they burned down and never tried to It's not like
I
even
actually
if
don't
it
know
burned down,
I don't know about this historical event that you're talking about. I mean, I've heard of it, but like.
Well, people always like it's the greatest loss of knowledge, just the burning of the Library of Alexandria and so on.
I mean,
it's like one of those.
Well, yeah. Anyways,
Alexander the Great named so many cities. Oh yeah.
funny story. My
there's a lot of
presentation is
Alexander.
actually on history, so this will be fun.
Is it really? I should
Not on history. Well, you'll see.
It was me. She would fight. Damn it, Warren beat up Leslie for burning down the library.
God, Leslie. Oh, I needed
All
that.
right, Leslie.
Come
Come here, Leslie.
First.
I
Warren's
bought
going
this
first?
handgun for a reason.
They sacked.
Okay.
They sacked Constantinople
Yes, I
in
am.
the Fourth Crusade. Fun fact: that was the crusade where they were supposed to go, like, obviously save Jerusalem, but they decided to like ransack parts of Italy and
See,
and
you know what
Constantinople
bothers me about
instead.
talking about history with you, Manuel, is that
What?
you are very educated in history, but and obviously like no one else here is enough to actually have a discussion with you, but I don't trust your memory enough to say that what you're saying, to know that what you're saying is correct 100% of the time.
That's why. No. Don't get me wrong. I don't trust myself either. That's why I always keep like my casual history. I always keep it vague. I'm not going to tell you who led the crusade. By the way, that one was Montferrant. I forget his first name. Conrad de Montferrant. I do remember his name because everyone knows the Fourth Crusade. But
Yeah,
if you get
totally know it.
What?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, what's the Fourth Crusade, Manuel?
There's they literally, anyways, there's all these treasures that like Turkey still asks for it back because like it's gone. By the way, did you guys know
No.
that what we call the Byzantine Empire, and when they're like, oh, the Byzantine Empire fell, like when Constantinople fell, they never called it that. They were Romans.
Did you know?
And it's actually kind of racist that we changed the name.
Did you know that at my school, we learned literally 0 European history? Literally none. The first European history we learned was World War I.
Weird.
What?
How?
We learned Middle Eastern history and Asian history, and that's pretty much it.
Wait,
and American history, but
up until like you mean like up until high school?
And
through all of my schooling, we didn't learn anything about Europe, any European history whatsoever. We didn't learn it. I don't know what to tell you. When we learned,
maybe
that's
that was
weird.
reactionary. Yeah, maybe that's reactionary because when I grew up, it was like the opposite.
I think it probably. I think it is.
And like it's reactionary because when you grew up, it was after me, so it's like, oh, we gotta stop teaching Europe entirely.
Well, I think they overcorrected because
exactly.
what happens is they teach ancient history. And obviously, ancient history is a lot of Middle Eastern,
Did I tell
China, and then they just sort of kind of don't talk about. Well, we did talk about like the plagues, but that's like it.
Yeah, I mentioned this a couple weeks ago, but I'm old enough that when I went to college the first time, I still took Western civilization. That's what they called world history, like in college.
They just,
and then when I went back,
well, I mean, to be fair, if they're only teaching you about the West, at least they're upfront about it.
Exactly, and then when I went back,
we learned world history, but we don't even talk about like South America or Africa.
But mind you, Western civilization was technically world history, but it was through the lens of like Europe did everything, and everyone came to Europe. Like this is the end all be all. Well, not Europe, Western civilization, obviously the Americas too. But anyways,
that's a real winners writing history books kind of shit.
Yeah, that was that was a long time ago. I was like, obviously, like and even when I was doing it, they were already talking about like when I was in high school. It's like, oh, we need to change the way we teach history. It was already a hot topic, and I wasn't interested in history back then, for the record. But I'm just saying. Anyways, it's you, buddy, Glizzy Dog.
Hello guys, my name is Warren, aka Frederick Batman,
Warren.
aka too many names McGee. I am not streaming on Monday, but I will be streaming on Tuesday and Thursday.
Shit, we never introduced ourselves.
No, we
That's why I'm doing my introduction right now. Hello guys, and it's nice. Welcome back, Callie and Molly.
Hi, that's my introduction. That counts as my introduction.
Okay. Hello, Molly.
Hi, I'm Molly. I'm
okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, continue.
No,
what? Nothing today? No.
It's
no.
We are an hour late. It is time
Manuel.
to start.
My name's Manuel. I'm a glizzy.
You're a glizzy gobbler?
I'm a glizzy gobbler. Yes,
oh yeah.
I'm a glizzy gobbler, and yeah, that's it. And I'm a glizzy
Funny
gobbler.
Story.
Call me glizzy
We're
goblin
actually,
Manuel.
I
guess Playdies is coming.
Me and Sarah are filming a video for Double Dorks in the next few weeks.
Wait, what's double door? Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna stop. Okay, if we keep asking questions, we're never gonna start. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
But I do want to.
Oh, look at Leslie. Look at Leslie going out for you, Molly. Leslie's like, Molly sings and voice acts.
It's true.
Thank you.
I really
Wait,
gotta
do I
change
share
my
yet?
command. Can I redeem a take a shot, but exchange it for take a glizzy?
I can't.
Oh, I didn't do it.
I don't know how to format this
change all the
screen
things.
until you start sharing.
Oh, okay. Let me
Can
do
I
that.
start adding? Ew, what the
Okay,
fuck?
I shared it.
There's something hard in my hot dog.
Okay.
Did I chip a tooth? No, it's something hard in my hot dog.
Wait, can you guys hear that?
No.
How redeem Callie owns this timeline. What? Manuel is a boomer. Wait, what are you talking about? What did I do?
Did you guys watch Loki?
Yes, I have.
That's pretty good. My friend was like, it's
That's
too
pretty
fan
fun.
fiction-y, but I'm like, that's the best part of it.
It's fun.
Yeah.
I think that's awesome. They like the direction they took with this one is actually really, really nice.
Because it's just stupid garbage directly into my brain. Thank you, please. Yes.
Take a shot once. Warren, you can do one too. Everyone can do it if you
Oh
want.
god, I have to take
What?
a panel off. There's too many people.
Oh, because it says
It's
5.
okay. Take your time.
I'm hoping that we're gonna get this done pretty quick. We only got 4 people today.
Yeah, well, we
know.
say that.
I'm not gonna lie. Like I kind of made mine. I kind of was like I made mine thinking we'd have. Sorry, I made mine thinking we'd have 5. So I kind of like tried to make it.
What did
shorter,
Manuel? What did you
so
do, Manuel?
I tried to make it shorter because I thought we had 5.
No.
Okay,
Did you
what am I
did you end up like? Did you end up like whatchamacallit?
Oh.
Oh, I thought
for
you
once-
made like a fucking trivia bullshit, and you're like,
No, for
fuck.
once, because I've been making this joke when I do presentation and I'm doing like 5 mini ones. I just took
Mhm.
out a couple of the mini ones. Like I'm like, okay,
Ah.
the original version had like this whole deviation where I talked about the side thing, but I'm like, no, just take that out.
Wait, are we taking a
Um,
shot?
Okay, you can start
Yeah.
now.
Hold on. Wait, Callo.
Okay.
I called you Callo again.
Yeah,
What's
well,
funny is,
you've
like-
never said my name correctly once, even in text. So
No, it's funny.
Really?
Because, like a lot of times I said people I add O's to people's names a lot to like to like make a quasi nickname. But I swear to God, I've never said it to you intentionally. Whenever I say Callo, it's always a mistake, and I don't know why. So even if you think that's me trying to like, oh, I'm calling her Callo or Callers or whatever, I probably call you Callers, but I called you Callo. No, that wasn't intentional. That's
Callo.
me just not knowing how to use the English language. Is your name even English? Take a shot.
Okay, who are we taking a shot to?
To
To Callie. Welcome back, Callie and Molly.
To Callie.
Okay, never mind. Oh,
I'm not-
okay, yeah, to Callie and Molly. Ready? 1, 2,
There, my
3.
food's here.
Ugh. Oh,
All right.
oh my god,
ew, warm rum and glizzy.
Manuel,
does
you are not
sit well.
not well.
I almost vomited everywhere. Everyone see.
I
Oh,
All right.
got up
know.
and left. Good.
Can I start? Is that okay?
Hold on. I'm gonna put my rum in my ice chest. Hold on, it's really warm.
Oh god,
No, that
what's
was the
happening?
disgusting part. It wasn't that. It wasn't that.
Why
like,
is it
I was
raw?
gonna-
Oh, I know.
warm rum tastes nasty, and warm alcohol tastes nasty.
Wait.
Have you ever had warm
Let's-
sake?
Yes, it tastes better than it cold.
You think? I don't think so.
I do.
I'm like,
It's a little- it
don't
tastes a
warm
little
up
weird.
alcohol.
It tastes weird, but I like it. It goes down better.
I
Timer
will
started.
allow it, Warren. I had
Okay.
wine today. Bought wine for my.
Okay. So
see,
today,
cold talk is
my
down.
president. Hurry up, Manuel. I'll try in 12 seconds. Mm.
Sorry.
All right. Today's presentation. Oh shit! I pressed the wrong button. It's a magical Chukana girl Pai Pai, aka magical Chinese girl Pai Pai.
What? What is this?
Oh, wait to click watch stream.
It's-
Wait, is this
Huh?
porn?
Yeah, Manuel, welcome to Discord, you fucking boomer.
Yeah.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Okay, I'm gonna. So, Toei Fushigi Comedy Series. I want to call it TFCS. Okay. So, these are the shows that they had. So it's basically the Toei Fushigi Comedy Series is like a series of shows, like a collective of shows that are focused on like a mystery and comedy. Hence the name Fushigi Comedy Series. Okay.
It is pretty self-explanatory.
Yes, it's pretty. And then all the programs on here, they're all created by Shotaro Ishinomori, the guy that designed Kamen Rider, Super
these are
Sentai, and
terrifying.
Cyborg.
Oh,
the
this is
Double Nine.
this is perfect for Manuel and his puppet mood. He is the puppet master after all.
All right. The
I wasn't gonna put that.
TFCS started from like 1981 and ended about roughly 1993. These series are actually divided into 3 subcategories. It's like robots and extraterrestrials. Okay. Children's detective teams or team, and magical girl or
Girls.
girls. Okay.
Girls.
So the Magical Girl series were created to attract the young girls to, grow Toei's like audience, but that obviously was quite the opposite because a lot of boys came.
Attracted you.
So the magical, it's like
Oh my
magical girl actresses usually were idols or J-pop singers prior to their roles, and they kind of used this platform, or whenever they got their rules to kind of boost their careers.
Sure.
Okay, so what is Magical Girl Paipai? Okay, so this is Paipai right here. Okay,
Oh, I know the character.
so I believe Magical Girl Paipai is the first Magical Girl series, and the ninth installment in the TFCS. Okay. It was released in January 1989, and it ended in early July 1989, and it ran for about 26 episodes. And
Drink.
oh, let me drink.
Drink. I would know the one that's like vaguely Chinese.
And
Yeah,
the
you would.
the person that played Popeye was a pop singer named Natsuki Ozawa. We'll get back to her a little bit later. So the series is actually well received, and it actually pushed, and because of its
Hey,
reception,
isn't she?
that
Oh, it's a different Natsuki Ozawa. Anyways.
so this actually they were able to push a sequel called Magical Chinese, or I call it Magical Chinese Girl. Was it Ipanema, right? And actually it came out like, so if if Pai Pai ended early July, Ipanema came out like late July. So in that same month, the sequel came out, and they already were running episodes for it. And this is her. So there's I
Oh my
forgot who the
God.
actress
How
is.
in the chat? Please don't follow the phrase to attract young girls with the phrase, but young boys came.
Ding, ding, ding. Okay, so this is the sequel. I just wanted to show you guys like this little photo. So the plot, okay? So Demon King Man and Demon Chinese a magical world is like, I want to marry you, Pai Pai, right? But Pai Pai's like, nah, bruh. Like my heart is with somebody else. All right? My heart belongs to somebody else. So fucking Demon King
Smothers?
guy is like, he gets all jelly, right? And
Oh
this
my
is her
God.
boyfriend. This is the guy. Her heart belongs to a guy named Raymond. Okay, so Demon King gets jelly, and zaps this motherfucker, and turns him into ramen. Okay, Naruto
Really?
ramen.
That's
Okay,
racist.
yes, he turns his ass. He turns Raymond. What is it? How do you say it in Japanese? Raymondo or some shit
Raimondo.
into ramen. Okay,
Drink.
That's like me
All
turning
right.
Callie into mayonnaise.
and then so Pai Pai escapes demon world and goes to the real world to go find her. She takes his, the little Naruto thing. All right, he takes one of the this is her disguise. She goes to the human world and tries to go find ramen version of Raymond to save him, but she's
Hey,
like,
ramen
okay,
doesn't
like
last that long. How does this
he's
plot
the
work?
he's a magical human ramen man boy, okay? So she wants to go save him, but she's like, okay, this is the human world. I have no place to stay. I need to figure out how I'm gonna live here in the human world, right? So she finds a flyer. It's just like, we're hiring right now. Why not? Like no experience needed. We need a babysitter for these 3 kids. So she comes and she's like, okay, so she gets hired to kind of like be the caretaker and home taker of these 3 kids.
Okay. She does not look much
Be-
older than the oldest kid.
because their dad is fucking Japanese Indiana Jones, and he goes on these expeditions to go find these artifacts, and he leaves the kids. He straight up just leaves the kids, and he's like, bye-bye, children, I'm leaving. The kid's like, all right, goodbye, Dad. And then Pai's gonna take care of y'all. They're like, all right, cool. Okay. At the same time, their crazy ass aunt is trying to like she kind of knows that Paipai is like this like they call her a witch, right?
Leslie's like, is he Latino? That's what we do.
Lol. Stop it,
Racist,
girlfriend.
Leslie.
And so the aunt is trying to flip the
she's
script
Latino,
on Paipai, okay? Because she's like, she's a witch and the kids don't know, and she's just like, I'm gonna figure this out. And at the same time, fucking the Demon King sends his Chinese demon-looking goonies after to capture her,
Okay,
so he
the one
can
on the
take
right
her back
looks
to
really
marry her.
racist.
Guys, this is 1989. Okay, I'm sorry.
The one on the right just looks like a fucking stereotype. Oh my God.
It quite does.
That looks so bad.
All right. So why Paipai all of a sudden, right?
This whole show, I know I'm picking out this one
Alright.
thing. Looks racist.
So basically, she's just trying to find her partner, her lover, and all this random shit happens. So why this all of a sudden? Because this one night, my friend we're on Discord, and he's just like, "Hey, I'm watching this series," and I was like, and it's a magical girl series. I'm like, "What kind of bullshit is this?" And I was like, "I'm not gonna watch it. This looks fucking stupid." But then he's like, "Nah, man, check it out," and he's laughing at it. So I watch it, and I was like, not gonna lie, I kind of like this series. It's fucking bad, but I kind of like it.
Why is this a Discord
Like-
thing? Drink.
I have a separate Discord with my friends, and we
No,
trying to
but Callie
with my-
mentioned Discord earlier too. Is this like a Discord meme I don't know about?
What are you talking about?
No.
Because you
No.
mentioned Discord
Nope.
earlier.
Yeah, I said you were trying to figure out how to watch his presentation. And I was like,
Yeah.
you fucking boomer.
She was calling you a boomer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. She was calling Boomer something else. Never mind.
So I was watching
Is that
it, and I
making
was
more
like,
boomer?
okay, cool. First episode done. I want to watch the second episode, and I really I thought, me and my friend David, we thought that the actress was really cute. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna continue watching this. And
Wait, you know who she is, right? Am I
Mhm.
killing your punchline? I've been silent for the.
I think
no,
you
you're
are.
not killing. Oh,
Okay.
you are gonna try to kill my
Okay.
punchline. So I was like,
Okay.
all right, she's kind of cute. We're gonna watch it. And so I watched episode 2, and then later he's like, Warren, you're gonna be sad. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? He's like, Toei only uploaded episode 1 to 2, then 22 through 26.
Drink.
He's like, they privated everything in between that.
What? Why?
I don't know. So I don't know. And I got sad, and I got to the end, and I was like, I got to the ending theme song, and I sat there, and I sat in my chair, and I was sad because I was like, this is all I'm gonna get. I felt this
Well, that's
is
why
like the
you torrent it.
post-con
Surely
depression.
You can torrent it.
Wait, is
No,
it
but then there's
is
no
it private, or
translations.
Can you VPN it?
No, it's privated. We could VPN it, but people have not translated. We don't know if people are gonna have translated, because all the translations on the videos are fan-made translations. So if they're privated here in America, or whoever could fucking, to be honest, we just haven't tried. But we're just like, this is kind of sad. Like, I really don't want to go out of my way to try to watch this. If I'm like, if we end up, like, we don't know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna try after this. So.
Drink.
So now that we cannot watch it, we're like, what is this ending song? What is this opening song? I want to know. And I was like, I can't read Japanese. And I was looking all over YouTube, and everything I went on to Google was all in Japanese. And I'm just like, I don't understand any of this. And then, with so TLDR, I fell in love with.
I think I see where this is going. That's all I'm gonna say. Keep going.
I really like so. I like so we thought the actress was cute, so we're like, okay, we're gonna watch it. The songs, the theme, the opening theme and the ending themes were cool, and I was like, awesome, really fun, right?
Paipai.
No, I'm not leaving anybody for Paipai. So the music, so this is the ending theme song that made me feel like this post-con depression. Okay, so I'm just gonna can you guys hear that?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah, we can
Wait,
hear it.
I think I have the volume muted. Hold on.
Drink.
That was me. Never mind.
Yeah, this is a fucking content claim if I've ever heard one.
It took me
This
a
is
second to
definitely-
realize that was Molly saying Casto, not like it being read to me. What's the?
We're definitely getting claimed, so as Twitch might mute us. Okay, I'm gonna end it right here. So this is the ending song to Paipai. But as we're looking up Paipai, right, we actually found the sequel, and I was like, my friend's like, yo, the opening is fucking lit. All right, I don't really like the opening to Paipai, but the sequel has a fucking lit ass fucking opening. All right, okay, but that's just through my opinion. Okay, I thought the song was called Stop. I don't remember the Japanese name, but
Stop.
I'm just gonna continue.
hell?
Spaghetti?
Why was that spaghetti,
Spaghetti.
so big?
I know, it's spaghetti.
Is that the ramen?
That's the boyfriend.
That guy in the back really went for it.
I know, I was like, that jump is like...
So, one of those reasons why we didn't actually like want to go look at this series yet is because this is actually a direct sequel, and
I was like,
me and David did not
Guardian
think that she was as cute as the previous actors. So we just decided not to watch the actual sequel to
Drink.
it. Oh, what the fuck? Okay, so Natsuki Ozawa. Okay, so she looks really cute, especially when she's when she's pouty. But
he's leaving you, Leslie.
so so her birth name is actually Junko Yamashita. She was born in April 19th, 1972. So she's 49. So prior to Paipai, she had a few roles in some films and some TV series.
I talked about Bebop High School before, by the way. Nobody.
She was
remembers that.
actually so previous to being Paipai, she was a J-pop singer. She released 2 albums year after year: Chocolate Candle 1987 and Natsuki Dreamy 1988. Really good. Well, it's kind of basic. I like it. I enjoy her records.
You literally said really good, then you finished that sentence up with kind of basic.
I mean,
Which
like
could
it's
both
just
be
normal.
true,
It's
to
just
be
it's just
fair.
it's just
Right,
normal
right.
pop music. So I'm
No,
not
but
gonna
I mean,
like,
what-
you know what I mean?
You literally went from like fanning over her, like it's really good, to like I'll be real with you guys, it's actually really basic.
No. I mean, when I mean basic, it's just it's
Yeah, I understand.
nothing.
Doesn't
It's
stand out.
nothing
Like,
mind
with the
blowing.
original,
But it's
I mean-
it's nice. You know, I like pop music. So after Rose Paipai, her career kind of slows down and it kind of picks up in the 90s, right? And this is where it gets kind of spicy. Okay.
Wait, are you gonna show?
So
Yeah!
okay, and so in 1985 she stars in this
I have these
movie
DVDs
called
next to
Zero
me.
Woman 2. And I was just like, so when we figured out, so my friend was like, dude, you think she's cute? But look at her record. And I was like, oh no. He's like, yes. I was like, no, this is impossible to do. Right? So she stars in this, she actually gets nude in this video, in this movie. So I was just
Right.
like, well, this is it kind of I was just like mind blown, because I was like, oh, she's a cute innocent girl, and I was like, oh no, this is wow. Not gonna say it's not bad, but you know, it's just one of those things where you're like,
I got to see Paipai Zopai. That's what you talk about.
wow. I mean,
I'll
you
take credit
can
for
see. And then she also started in Atashiwa Juice, which is like in 1996, which is like a lesbian like film. Pretty interesting. Like, this gets kind of interesting too, because I was like, it's interesting in the sense that she kind of just started out this like, you know, as Paipai, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh shit, what the fuck happened? And after these two movies, it kind of slows down until we hit mid 2000s. Okay, actually, during this time, she actually takes some very spicy photos. I just put this
I have
here
one of her
because you could
photo
definitely. She definitely is showing some bush and some titties. All right. But we're not gonna show here in detail. But I'm just
It's an
showing you guys.
aesthetic. It's an aesthetic.
So it's an aesthetic, yes. But this is like during this time. During the time when she kind of in that mid 90s, when she was kind of doing more of that erotica stuff. But in the mid 2000s, she does AV from 2004 to like 2009, and I was like,
that's how I know.
like-
I'm not gonna lie.
That's why Emmanuel's like, wait, is that the same one as?
Yeah. No, because I was gonna say when you first started, like the only Natsuki Ozawa I know is like. By the way, you didn't mention the movie that I love that she's in. She's in a movie called Junk, which is a horror movie.
oh yeah.
And that she wasn't. That movie was really big, like the Asian
Right.
horror scene, like around Ringu and all that shit. When I was younger, so I saw that movie, and then I saw her do porn. So
I still so like
I didn't know her, but
TL
I kind of saw it was going in this direction.
Yeah. Same.
So TLDR, my friend was like, he's like, she does porn. I was like, no, she doesn't. And then I went, I was like, oh my god, she's showing her titties. I was like, no, this is not right. This is not
I
right for
know.
Paipai.
Wait,
Have
what
you
are
shown her
those?
titties
Oh.
before?
What are those
Huh?
like codes next to the company?
Are you serious?
I don't know.
Oh, those are like
No,
the
How would I
video.
know
Those are the
this?
video codes. So if
Fun
you
fact.
search it up on Google, you will find
Yeah.
that code is pertained to that
Is
specific video.
is that a Japanese thing or just? Oh, I'm assuming it's a
Mhm.
Japanese thing. Okay.
It's a
Well, it's actually-
Japanese.
No, it's
Is
actually
it?
funny you say that because it's a
Is it
worldwide
not?
thing. It's just that nobody cares about in the US. If you look at any CD,
Oh.
it'll also be like SMP 117 or something like that, or
Mm.
like it'll, or something like that. But nobody ever notices it
Drink.
and we don't really catalog things the same way. But yeah, it's a big thing. If you go, don't ask why I know this. If you go look up any JAV like in like on a tube site like the hub or whatever. And if you look at the JV, it's always the comments. Like it's not asking for the sauce; it's asking what's the code, and that's what they're asking.
Because the code will always bring it to that specific.
Yeah.
It's not gonna lie, okay? By experience, yes,
Now you know
they
Callie.
work almost like a
Go look up all
good
the JAVs.
99% of the times. So yeah.
That's
Uh,
convenient.
It kind of yes, it is extremely convenient. But
Gotta love JAV.
the end. Unprivate the rest of Paipai Toy because I really want to watch
Wait,
it.
question. You know how
And
is Pai Pai like a cutesy way of saying boobs in Japanese?
no, that
Is
God,
it?
it can't be for
No,
a children's show.
huh?
Well, I
It
mean, I'm
does.
not sure if it's like also that.
I think it
Mm-mm.
is.
Oh,
I
really?
think it is.
Well, because like the cutesy way of saying like
Drink.
of like
Oh, okay.
penis is kind of similar.
No, I do think it is. I think it's the way kids talk about like Yeah, it is. I googled to make sure because I'm like I don't ask why I know this either. But it's they use it a lot.
Ah.
Like no, because they use it in JV too.
Oh, drink,
they
by
use
the
it
way.
a lot. It's the diminutive like
I'll
it's kinda
drink
like
again.
saying titty or
I
boobies.
don't know if I
Boobies
said
is the right way to
drink
put it.
before. I
It's
have
like
bad
saying
memory these
boobies.
days.
You did.
It's kind of like a very youngy way of saying like breasts. Opai
Hmm.
actually is kind of like proper, but yeah, Pai Pai is like saying it in the funnier way. But I guess because it sounds kind of like vaguely Chinese, they gave her that name. But come on, there's a character named Chi-Chi in Dragon Ball, and that was for kids too. And that was not.
Well, yeah, but Chi Chi is different than Chin Chin.
You're gonna get his penis.
Yes, that is what that means.
Well, we interviewed this band called Salem. You can stop presenting, by the way, Warren.
Okay.
Oh, drink
I
outside.
am
Too
doomed.
bad.
I'll go
drink.
next.
I'll
I'll
drink.
go next.
Oh,
We did-
God damn it, Molly. Anyway,
Yo, I said under. I said 20. I tried to do under 20 minutes, and I just went a
that
little
was my
over.
fault because I actually was trying to cut you off. I'm like, I'm gonna tell a really really fast story. We interviewed this band called Salem's Lot. They're still together, but they kind of died down since, right before the pandemic, and then of course because of the pandemic. But they're kind of known because they have a very very visual K look, a very old school visual K look, and unlike all the other visual K bands that exist in the West, they actually have good music, and they're not just trying to like emulate, like really bad Japanese lyrics or whatever. And they have a Japanese member. But anyways, the reason I bring this up is we interviewed them, and at the time, the Japanese member didn't speak a whole lot of like really good English he was confident in. So like he was only contributing somewhat. But at the very end of the interview, when they were done, they're like, "Hey, you didn't say much." It's like, yeah, and they're all kind of drunk, by the way. They're like, "Oh, like we expect you to chime in every so often with a chin chin here and there, chin chin there." They're like, "Yeah, chin," and they all just start saying chin chin. The last part of the interview was just them saying chin chin over and over and over again, and they went on to other curse words.
That feels
and I'm like, yeah,
racist.
the interview's done. It's very
Yeah,
racist.
Manuel.
It's very racist.
Yeah, that's literally something my parents would say.
But there you go. I
Chin-chin.
ruined Salem's
Yikes.
Lot for everyone. Also, the drummer got drunk at that show, and he tried to ask me and the person I was there with for a ride home, and we're like, "No, your band's right over there," and the band drove off without it because he pissed them off. And the next show he went to, they had a new drummer.
Wow. That's why they
true
left
story.
his ass.
And I went to the
Ooh,
next show.
feels
with-
bad.
I went to the next show with Paul, so that was a really fun show, both of them. But yeah. Fun fact: the stuff Kay did say in the interview, he said it in Japanese, and we just translated it later. That's the reason why that interview doesn't have the video version on it anywhere, because I didn't feel like subtitling it, and now it's too old. Pee break. I just don't need to pee, so everyone go pee if you need to pee.
How do I stream again?
Share
Wait,
screen.
is no one gonna pee?
I
I'm
don't
gonna
know.
use the bathroom.
Yeah, hold
I've
on.
got a bladder
Hold
of
on,
steel.
Callie, you pee.
Man, so you're just gonna pee on the floor.
I mean, yeah, the real
Where's
reason I don't have to
the-
pee is because there's just a hole at the bottom of this chair.
Wait, I'm having a second
Yikes.
thought about going to Camelot. Should I go? Wait, what's Camelot?
I'm sure it's
Camelot.
Well, the only place I know
Camelot.
is like
something personal. Is that what won
in
out in the end?
Camelot.
no something personal. Oh, what?
There's also that has that one. I love Camelot, by the way. There's some good songs on the soundtrack that never made it to any produced version of it. But also that one has "If Ever I Would Leave You," the like Robert Goulet's most famous song that nobody knows is from the musical.
Wait, how do I make it so that I can still see you guys even though I'm presenting again? What do I press?
You just push share screen.
No, but I want to be able to see you guys
I don't know why you wouldn't be able to see us.
Yeah, I'm confused too.
because it's full screen, not my screen.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. It's your fault that the window is full screen.
You could just not full screen it, Molly. You could just like share the screen itself.
Yeah, you don't have to. You
Oh.
don't have to share your display. You can share the screen, like the window. I mean.
Wait, okay, I don't know what you
Wait.
did there, Molly. Now we can see the whole window. Yeah, you're sharing the screen. I think what you want to do is just share the window itself.
I think
Okay.
you did it, yeah. I mean,
You know, I
we can
think I'm
see like all the parts, but
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Um,
Like, how do I make it so that that doesn't happen?
Oh, on second thought, let's not go to Camelot. 'Tis a silly place. I forgot about that.
I don't. That's a
that was a
Google
long joke.
Drive issue, and I think they took out the ability to do that. I don't know. Click the arrow that's next to present. There might be like a pop out option or something.
I mean, Dragon Ball got away with naming. Oh wait, by the way, when I said the Chi-Chi thing, I didn't notice you had already said it, Mr. Taku. I stole it.
I'm just gonna do it this way.
Sure, we'll go with that. They pulled the Pete Best on him.
You guys excited for
Best?
Rick and Morty? It's.
Do you actually like Rick and Morty? Or
I
are you
actually,
joking?
I unfortunately, unironically enjoy Rick and Morty.
Did I tell you that I didn't? I mentioned this many times actually, but I don't know if I've told you that I did. Oh, were you there, Molly? I did it during the Idol panel. That's when the whole realization happened, where I thought that the high IQ thing was something the fandom was saying about itself, and not that like people were making fun of the fandom.
Oh.
Yeah, remember that, Molly?
Well,
I think
I
because
mean-
it was a panel you were on. I think.
I mean,
It
to
was
be
an
fair,
ALA.
originally it's something that someone from the fandom said about themselves.
Like you could only watch if you're a high IQ. And
Yeah,
I
I
was
mean, I
saying
think
that
they
like,
said
if
it
was a real thing.
unironically, TBH.
Yeah, I was
but-
saying as if it was a real thing because I was talking about an idol group that like I still consider them like the high IQ idol group because they're very artsy. Like you can like I hate them so much. And you go to the concerts and like people make fun of me for like going to idol concerts and not like being all hyper excited. That's apparently what you do for this idol group because you don't want to like ruin the music. It's very hipster, very shoegazy, which is you know. Anyways, they're called
Interesting.
Maison Book Girl, by the way, which the name alone is like Maison Book Girl. Yeah, you guys are reaching for the stars there. My IQ is potato.
It's an idol group for the sophisticated adult man
No, seriously.
who smokes cigars and goes to whiskey bars.
That rhymed.
Yeah, I hated yeah.
I have a Morty plushie. I actually have a Rick. I have a Rick and a Morty plushie too that I think I bought at a swap meet at ALA Drunk. So yeah, or I could have stolen it. I don't know.
I definitely don't like it enough for that. I
mean,
don't
I didn't
have
mean
like
to.
I don't have like attachment to the show. I think it's entertaining and I would like to see where the plot goes because there is a plot. One day if they fucking get to it. Yeah.
Well, the most recent season just came out.
It's coming out tonight.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. The
I
first
mentioned
episode
this
of the
on-
second half of the season is coming out tonight.
I mentioned this
Oh.
on Facebook a while back on Twitter, I think. But
Or
for those who
tomorrow
don't know, the Dynasty Warriors movie is finally coming out after like being in production hell for like fucking 4 years. It comes out on Netflix in 2 weeks. 2 weeks from tomorrow, I think actually. So no, wait, for Monday. Tomorrow's not Monday, but 2 weeks is coming out. And it's so funny because like I think Golnazar that well this isn't funny at all, but like the movie has taken so long to come out that Golnazar has like been like canceled and brought back. I'm not gonna lie, that might have something to do with why it was not produced, like not released for the longest time. So I'm just like, ooh man. And by the way, if you Google it if you want to know more about that, but yeah, canceled the Chinese way, as in the horrible way. But yeah, I just thought that was funny. I was like, what the fuck? But yeah, Fun fact, they did screen it at festivals back in 2019, 2018, 2019. They screened it at festivals, and because of that, like sending out screeners to festivals, it's been online for years, and I've long watched it, so I'm curious to see if they re-edited it. But Louis Ku's in it, and a bunch of other big name actors, and it focuses on Lu Bu and Diao Chan, so fans might like that. You know who Lu Bu is, Callie? What is Warren doing? Is Warren pooping?
Sounds familiar though.
Lu Bu is like known as like being one of the most powerful warriors, mainly because of the video games, not so much in real life. But he also betrayed everyone he was ever like, a vassal to.
I'm pretty confident I've heard it from you, so.
Yeah, but like if you ever played, if you ever even like were loosely introduced to the Dynasty Warrior series, then you would have heard of Lu Bu. Because there's memes about him, like, one does not like when one sees Lu Bu, you run or whatever.
That's a video
One does
game?
not... Yes, Dynasty Warriors.
Yeah, I know. It's a video game, so.
Oh, you don't play video games?
Yeah.
And yeah. It's funny because there's some comments on the official trailer, because now there's an official trailer finally. And they're like, oh, this looks too wacky or silly, for Three Kingdoms. I'm like, yeah, it's not a Three Kingdoms adaptation. It's a Dynasty Warriors adaptation. Also, sorry, I'm just like killing time until Warren comes back. I have a new pet peeve of mine when it comes to pronunciation. Callie, how do you say adaptation?
Adaptation.
Have you heard people say adaptation?
That's wrong.
Like
that's literally
not
the
a
wrong
word.
word.
That's not a word. But okay, it gets worse. So I've noticed this a lot in the past few weeks. So for years I keep hearing people say adaptation, and I'm like, okay, oh whatever. They just don't know the word. That I'm not gonna rag on them, whatever. But recently, in the past few weeks, I've noticed a lot of YouTubers I watch, and this is specifically for YouTubers for a reason I'm gonna mention. They're reading something in their video, like they're reading a comment or they're reading a history thing that they're covering. The word clearly is spelling adaptation, and they still say adaptation. And I'm like,
I've never heard this, but
Sarah Zed says adaptation a lot.
Oh, does she? Maybe I just didn't notice.
A lot of the bread tubers say adaptation. I'm like, is this a leftist thing? This is a leftist conspiracy to bring in the word adaption's not. It doesn't even sound right.
It
don't you
doesn't
think?
sound right.
It's not just me.
Maybe
right?
you're mishearing.
No. Every time I hear it now, I
Warren's back, so I'm gonna start.
Go ahead.
Oh, is this an
Hello.
adaptation, Molly? Do you
No.
say adaptation or adaptation?
I say adaptation.
But I can imagine, like, if I just heard someone say adaptation, I probably wouldn't even cross my mind that it's wrong. I guess not, because I've clearly heard it.
Adaptation.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. It's only been a recent thing that I started to, because it's growing. I don't know if I just noticed it more. I just noticed a lot of people saying it, and I'm like,
As
You know what?
my big pet peeve is
I asked you guys what I should do. Should I do something personal, something image based, or something creepy? And you all said something creepy, so I'm doing something personal.
Yeah, because
What?
the audience.
I like how you're just like.
I didn't have time. I didn't have time to do the research, and this was the quickest one.
No, it's okay.
I mean,
It sounds
Something
interesting
personal
though.
is
that's
people my parents have wanted me to marry. An in-depth
Oh,
list.
what?
They want you to marry this
Wait,
really
is
tall,
this
long,
a-
late
is
guy with
this
a
an-
tiny head.
Is this a numbered list? And where is Gene? Is that his name? Shit.
Number of people.
Okay,
Okay,
just
this-
listen to the presentation.
The guy
Okay.
from BTS.
This is gonna be awesome.
Okay, number one.
That
As a
sounds
child, it started young. Childhood.
Oh my god, not the editing.
Okay.
You and Reggie.
Oh no,
Okay.
it's you and Reggie.
So, there was this kid named Andrew, and in first grade, he moved away to Canada, and my dad told him that he should come back and marry me when he's older. That's where it started. It all started with that. Number two, Anthony was a family friend. A
Lot of
family
A
friend's like
names.
son. Yeah. A family friend's son, and apparently we were supposed to get married. But we didn't. I haven't seen him since I was like 6. Blue Point's
Oh.
son. This went on until high school. So there was this couple that
Blue.
owned a restaurant called Blue Point that my parents went to a lot. And my mom and the woman who owned the restaurant were pregnant at the same time. So it was this whole thing where they're like, oh my gosh, like our kids need to get married. And then I think his name was Alex. And I didn't.
It would be.
Yeah, I guess. It was all in A names.
Triple A, let's go.
So I didn't meet him until I was in high school, and we were at the restaurant, and he was working that night. So like he was our server. And my dad the entire time was like, "Isn't Molly just so cute?" Like blah 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 blah. And he literally did that the entire time to the point that like my mom and my sister were like, "Stop! Like this is like too much even for us." And we never saw each other again. But we were supposed to get married.
I like that you remember every single one.
I know. I love these drawings. They're just tiny heads.
I know. As a teenager, it kept going. In teenagehood,
Stop it.
I was supposed to marry Joe
Teenagehood.
Mauer.
See, my favorite thing about your parents specifically is that they pick completely unattainable people. Drink.
So Joe Mauer.
What's going on?
Do you like the editing that I did? That's Joe Mauer. This is Joe Mauer and me.
You have very, very big arms.
So Joe Mauer is a baseball player for he was a baseball player for the Twins. I believe he's retired now. He's like 10 years older than me, which I was like, Mom, isn't that an issue for you?
Minnesotan?
Yeah. And my mom was like,
Minnesotan.
no, that's not a problem. Like, it doesn't matter that he's 10 years older than you. And I was like, yeah, but I'm like 16. Like, well, no.
That is weird. That is weird.
Well, I mean, it would have been like when I was an adult.
I guess.
And then he was really famous for having sideburns. You can't really see them here, but like to the point that people would go to Twins game and put like tape here to like pretend that like it was like a thing. And there's this entire commercial where it's like Joe Mauer sees this kid and he has like a twin shirt over his shoulder and he like reaches up like he's gonna give the kid his shirt. And then instead he just like takes off his sideburns and gives his sideburns to the kid.
That's funny. Drink.
That's him? I've seen
Wow.
wait. I think I've seen that, right?
That's
Is
funny.
that a video?
I might have shown it to you. But anyways, so Joe
Yeah,
Mauer, he ended up getting married and had
Not to
twins.
you?
Not to me.
That's funny that he had
Molly's
twins.
hiding the twin somewhere.
Yeah. Gustavo's son, who was a family friend. So basically, my family and I would go to Puerto Vallarta. I know I probably said that horribly.
No, you sound okay.
Okay.
You sound alright.
We went there so many times that we became really good friends with one of the bellmen there named Gustavo. And even though he doesn't work there anymore, we still get together with him and like we still keep in contact with him.
The bellman?
Yeah. I would like literally I would hang out with him and like when he was taking luggage up to other people's rooms, I would go with him.
One doesn't speak
And
to
these
the
people-
health, Molly.
And these people probably were like,
Oh,
why
that's
is
so
this
cute.
like
That's so
redheaded like 8-year-old following us up to the room? Like this is fucking weird.
I'm sure that's a security risk too, but okay.
But anyways,
I was joking.
so Gustavo has a son who's a couple years younger than me, and we were supposed to get married. But as soon as he turned 18, he got a girl pregnant and got married. Someone to her. So
Was his name like Alejandro or something?
I don't remember what his name was. I know we did
Daniel,
meet
wow,
once.
that's racist, bro. What's his name's just like Jack or something?
We met once. Like we met his whole family once. We've met him and his wife multiple times, but his kids we've only met once.
No, it would have been racist if I said his name Jesus. She probably was. I'm just okay.
I
can say
honestly
that
don't
Alejandro
remember what
is
his name
I
was.
can say that joke, by the way.
That's why I
anyway.
just said Gustavo's son. But yeah, like this was the thing we were supposed to get married
Okay.
and we didn't.
His name was.
As an adult, it still kept going. So, in adulthood,
Let's
Max
go.
Kepler, another Twins player. So Max Kepler,
Again,
Max
it's
Kepler-
the unattainable people that are so funny. The literal celebrities. It's very
so
funny.
Max Kepler and I have the same birthday, I think, or like we're the same age, and his number is 26, and my birthday's on the 26th. Let me check real quick. We might actually have the same birthday, but that's literally
Okay.
the reason why. And I had
See what I was gonna say. Wait, unless
he was born in February. He was also born in February, but he's like a couple days older than me. But basically, I think he's dating some tennis player now. But anyways, like it got to the point where like every time my parents saw him on TV, like they were watching a Twins game, they would take a picture of the TV and send it to me and be like, "Look, it's your boyfriend." And it got to the point where it like started to upset me because I was like upset that I was single, and I was like, "Please stop."
She sounds really obnoxious.
Did they like evolve? They're like your husband.
Like future husband, that kind of thing. It just like got to the point where I was like, please, like I get it, but like this is not gonna happen. How do you expect me to meet him? Like, although to be honest, like it would be this one more likely to meet than the next one, which was Charlie Puth. So this was basically my mom was like, apparently he also has anxiety and is also half Jewish, so you guys should get married. Like that was her thing.
What are you
Wow.
thinking is that?
But then she read about how he's an asshole and like super conservative, and she's like, never mind, he's Republican, don't marry him.
That's funny.
Republicans, Charlie Puth. I
And the next one was one of the Property Brothers. I don't remember which one.
No
but
one
one of
can
the
tell
Property
apart.
Brothers.
No one can
Were
tell
they?
apart.
It looked the
By
same.
the
It's
way,
okay.
Pretty sure they're both
Okay.
married with children.
By the way, just because Warren said
Love
it,
and
since Warren
marriage.
already said that they look the same. I want to say earlier that I could not tell the difference between those two baseball players. I don't know if that was racist, but I'm like, you could have put the same
That's
picture and I wouldn't have
similar.
noticed.
They look different, man. You'll get out of here.
They look very different.
Pretty similar.
I mean, yeah, but they still look. They have. I mean, they're still. Yeah.
no.
Okay.
Okay, now that's
No,
not even fast.
they look.
They still
They
look
look different, dog.
They do have very
They look
different
different.
chins and noses and facial expressions.
Well, I guess I'm just.
The other dude
Anyway,
got a
so-
long ass neck. Okay, he looked like a giraffe.
Anyways,
compared to
so
this dude.
my mom went on this
Okay.
HGTV cruise.
What?
Oh, okay.
She went on a cruise.
Wait.
She went on a cruise, and which the Property Brothers were also on this cruise. It was an
I
HGTV cruise.
really no seriously. Can we have a whole presentation about what an HGTV cruise entails?
Sure, I'll ask my mom.
Yeah,
I
what's
would
that?
really like to know actually.
And she was like, I don't remember which one, but one of them, I think it was the younger one, but I don't know which of these two is younger.
I know. Like,
She was like, he's just such a nice guy, and he likes magic. And I was like,
That's a red flag if
Mag-
anything.
well, like apparently he
magic?
he's like an amateur magician, and I was like,
Again, another
mean,
red flag. I mean,
that's
I know
like-
they're rich and famous, but still drink.
I was like, I mean, I guess that's cool, but like I'm not like so into magic that would make me be like, oh my god, yeah, I need to marry this person. But that's apparently what my mom's qualification was.
I'm sure Mr. Chocolate are looking this up. I'm trying to see who the youngest one is.
Once again,
They're both 43. Are they twins?
the twins, but
They're
it's still like the
twins.
younger of the twins.
Okay, never mind.
That's why they look
One
so
dude
similar,
got-
guys.
It's a
They're
movie.
twins.
One dude got born later. That's it. Okay.
Yeah.
That's how it's younger.
They are fraternal, I think, but they're still very similar looking.
They look almost identical.
Okay,
I thought it was magic.
Current. it hasn't stopped. This is who my parents currently want me to marry, or specifically my mom,
Someone playing for the twins today.
Kim Seok-jin. I probably
Oh,
Is he
really butchered that, but Jin from BTS.
See, okay, that's what I was
Okay.
talking about
Oh,
at
it
the
is-
beginning.
My mom,
The
my
funny
mom
thing is,
got
Donnie
into
was always
BTS
over to race-
a couple years ago, and or maybe it was like a year ago.
wasn't it a time that you guys went over?
We went to Jingle Ball to see BTS. We were gonna go to their concert in
Yes.
last May too. See, I don't dislike BTS. I
Weird.
kind of just don't feel any way about them, but I
Yeah.
wanted to go with my mom. So my mom has on multiple occasions told me in these exact words, I want Jin's grandbabies.
Damn.
Um,
my mom has told me that about a bunch of people too.
and
Is it a mom thing?
she just really likes Jin, and his most recent music video, or the most recent music video, she's like she was like, the music video came out, Jin looks fine as always. Those were her exact words. She
Your
is
mom's hella good.
one time they came out with a new like they had their comeback, and my mom was like, my boys are back. I was like, this
Well-
is so weird.
At least this person is, I think, age appropriate. So, except he's younger, I'm assuming. Drink.
Jin is the same age as me
Oh,
because
really? I thought they were a
um,
little younger, but I guess
it's
they've been
funny,
doing
I-
it for a while.
so 27 is usually like the oldest you can be before you have to join the military in South Korea.
Right.
And so it was this big deal. My mom was really worried that Jin was gonna
Didn't they
have.
get an exception?
They did.
They get an exemption, yes.
I think until they're 30 or something. I don't know.
But
They got
a
an
lot
exception.
a lot of the Korean public thinks they're just gonna get fully exempted.
No, they are.
Maybe. I mean,
I
I don't
bet.
know.
Yeah.
But anyways, the point is, that's how I know he is the same age as me. Let's see when his birthday is. We'll see who's older.
It's December 4th. I only know this I'm on his
Me
page.
too.
Yeah, 92.
Then he is older.
Oh, he's
So,
older. He's 28. Yeah. Wait,
yeah,
you said
so
that-
that's-
never mind. So yeah.
That's the most recent one. And it's the one that still is going today. My mom has met my boyfriend, by the
Wait,
way, and really likes him, but she still wants me to marry Jin.
Drink. Your
It's okay.
boyfriend's just
Josh
a
starts with a
phase.
J.
Everybody knows
Korean
the Jin
age
is
plus one.
endgame.
Did they do that? Well, that's Asian age because Asian age also goes by the year, not like
Oh yeah, I don't know. His
everyone
Asian,
turns
his
whatever, like,
his
in the year.
Korean age would be 29.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the Korean age or like the
Have they-
other age that is for the military thing. But anyways,
I'm
yep,
assuming it's
that
Korean age, right? That would make sense.
but yeah, that's who my mom currently wants me to marry. I don't think my dad really cares at this point.
Question, have they never liked any of your boyfriends or something?
Oh no, they've liked most of them.
Oh, okay.
They just also have this pipe dream.
Like your boyfriend's right there, and they're like, "Yeah, when are you gonna marry that new
Your
twins
boyfriend's
player?"
right there, but they have BTS on MV on the TV, and they're like, "Look,
mean-
it's your boyfriend."
I know.
Josh knows about this. He is
Yeah,
aware.
yeah, I'm sure. Drink.
How long have I gone on?
This is only minute
Leslie-
13.
Are you already done?
Yeah, that's it. Thanks. Does anyone have any questions?
This is gonna be the shortest DTL ever by far.
Well, mine's definitely at least gonna be normal length. Let me get not like 45 minutes, but it's definitely gonna be like 30, 35. So I feel like the odd man out now. I'm scared.
I have no questions.
Anyone else have
Wait,
any
actually,
questions?
no, wait, fuck, what was I gonna say? Have they ever been to a Twins game? Because I find that. Sorry.
Yes, my mom has season tickets.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh my god, I
do
was
you
gonna
really
make that
think
joke.
that they've shipped her with 2 different Twins players with never being to a Twins game?
I'm not gonna lie, I was gonna make the joke.
I
do
should have
they
said
do
this
they
is
have
people that my
season
parents
tickets?
ship me with.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
they
There
have-
you go. Next time.
Do they have twin season tickets? But then you mentioned when they see them on TV, which I guess they could just do both. But
Well,
like,
so my mom shares her season tickets with
it's like one of those pool thingies. 'Cause I know some people who do that.
yeah,
where
well
like-
they had season tickets, and then they always were sitting next to the same guy, and they started talking, and they all became friends, and eventually they're like, do you want to just like split it halvesies?
Yeah.
And also there are season tickets oftentimes will only be for home games.
Mm,
So
there you go.
I think you can get like season tickets for every single game, but
Who would travel to all those like that? That's dedication.
I'm sure there are people that do.
Millionaires. Callie.
But yeah, Max
Oh,
Kepler
cool.
also I'm pretty sure is still dating that tennis player. So sorry, parents. And
They have a picture of Molly and Josh with Jin pasted over it. I'll G in the chat. Sorry.
I want to take a screenshot of this and send it to my mom.
You should. Manuel is boomer. Oh my god. What did I say? 2
Please let me go next so I don't have to sit through Manuel's presentation sober.
No, I don't want to go last. Please, Callie, let me go
I
next.
always go last-ish.
You never go last. You should go middle.
I last-ish? No, I always go right before Pleiades. Every single time.
Okay, let me pee. Then we'll rock, paper, scissors when I get back. 'Cause I really need to pee.
Fuck
I had to
you.
pee before you started, but I'm like, I'll wait through it. Thank God it was fast.
I will also say that there are a couple people that I'm like, I feel like there were other family friends' sons that I was also betrothed to at some point, but I don't remember. Those are just the ones I remember. So I guess it's not a completely exhaustive list. But that is a fairly chronological list. Well, I guess technically the Blue Point son would have been first because that was like they were both pregnant when they decided this. But
Oh, what?
that we were going to get married. Oh, there was also. Oh no, that was my sister. Oh no. There was someone like one of my dad's colleagues, another lawyer. His last name was Wald, and he had a son. And they're like, if Molly married him, her name would be Molly Ringwald.
Wow.
But
That's interesting.
I would also like to say, just for clarification, like this has never been like a serious thing. Like I'm not actually
that's pretty
like
clear.
yeah. I just want to make
This is all fun. This is all
it's
fun.
for
This is
fun. But
All
even like the
parents
people
do
that
this.
even the people that like we know in real life, like it was never like my parents were like, you have to like be with this person. I've never been in an arranged situation.
Even my parents did. Everyone, yeah.
Although my dad tried real hard when we met. What's his name at Blue Point? Just would
Really?
literally, yeah. I mean, he literally
I like how
like
you're-
every time he came to the table, my dad was like, "Isn't Molly just so cute?" And I'm like, "Dad, if you want this to happen, you need to stop talking about it happening." Like,
I like how it's your dad. That's the one that was trying it. And your mom was just like, "I'll ship you guys, but I'm just not gonna.
Well,
We'll
maybe
let it ride."
my mom was also like telling him to stop because she realized it was embarrassing to me. But he handled it really well though. He was just like, oh haha, like, you know, he was like he took it with stride.
Your mom should get rehearsal tickets for BTS and see what happened. Wait, what did I miss?
It's okay. Jin's name starts with a J. Josh stands with a J. Josh, there you go. We're taking Josh.
Josh, Jin, Josh.
Well, technically Jin's name starts with an S.
Oh, so
I don't.
Close enough,
I
Josh.
honestly, I don't know how to properly pronounce Korean. I think it's
okay.
Seok-jin, maybe.
Hangul?
No,
Yeah.
that sounds.
What the fuck was I gonna say?
But I mean, he goes by Jin. Like Jin is definitely his stage name.
Oh, by the way, I was trying to say earlier. Obviously I only know BTS because of secondary knowledge mainly. I've never heard anyone mention Jin. If I didn't hear you mention his name today, I would have never known he's a member.
He's one of the visuals.
Yeah, apparently. But
and I think he's one of the lead vocalists.
what's that one?
As long as your mom
I
didn't.
know him as a vocalist.
As long as
The one that everyone talks about. I just know him and RM.
RM, I feel like a lot of people talk about because he knows English, so that.
Oh, is that why everyone talks about him?
He's fluent in English. Apparently, RM is like a genius.
Yeah.
Right.
Like he was on a someone told me that he was on like there was like a variety show or whatever where they had like a bunch of K-pop stars that also happened to be geniuses, and he was on it.
Baby geniuses.
I think he knows Japanese, Korean, and
wait. Okay.
Thai, I believe, and Korean.
Really? Okay. 3,
Or in English.
2, 1. Rock, paper,
go.
scissors.
Shoot.
We were so delayed and I still won.
Okay,
I
you had
think
best 2 out of 3.
He put his hand out first, and Callie still
Yeah,
lost.
Manuel put out his
I
hand.
know. I
Callie
did
just
fuck it
dead
up.
ass put rock and she's like,
Because I looked like he was going for rock.
I went way early and you still like lost. How'd that work? Okay, we'll do 2 out of 3.
Okay. Hey. Well, this is ridiculous. Okay, the delay on my end is fucking ridiculous.
You know what? Okay.
How about this?
We're gonna flip a coin. We're gonna flip a coin.
No, not flip a coin.
Heads.
Oh, here.
Okay, there it goes. Alexa, flip a coin.
No, Manuel's gonna rig it.
She picked tails. I don't know if you heard her say it. She really
I
did
did hear her say that.
Yeah.
No, I didn't hear her say it. Do it again.
Yeah, we didn't hear shit.
Shut up.
What are
Apparently
we-
Molly
here.
heard it. Alexa.
Here, can I, why don't I just flip? Here, I'll flip a coin. And then you guys pick.
She won't repeat it because it wasn't a
Okay,
notification.
here.
But she
Here,
said tails.
I'll do it.
She
Fuck
did.
that, man,
Molly
you don't
heard it.
No, fuck
All
that.
I heard
I
was
didn't hear.
the-
Okay.
the-
Okay, this is a quarter. Okay, this is a
I won
quarter.
twice.
No, it don't matter. Okay, all right, Callie, hurry up. I'm gonna flip it.
Apparently, Kelly just keep making me do this until she wins.
To be fair, I could just force my presentation to happen. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt.
Hurry up.
Suddenly,
Heads or tails. I'm gonna flip it.
this isn't democracy.
Heads.
You're
Kelly's-
supposed to
Okay,
call it
alright,
in the
alright.
air.
Okay, just do it. Kelly already called heads. Whatever, just do it.
All right.
Of course, it's gonna be heads because I'm fucking.
It's gonna be tails. I already know it.
Tails,
see?
motherfucker.
Yeah.
It's tails. You lost 3 times, Callie. Come
No,
on.
look, Manuel. What you don't understand is that God hates me.
If you don't believe in him, he don't.
I never. You know, we've had actually funny story. There's so many times you have assumed that I'm not a religious person. I've never said either way if I am.
No, no. I did that one time. But
Cowboy
I just
for
say it
Christ.
just.
I know you're fucking with me. It's fine.
Um.
But
Wait,
I'm
are
just
you?
saying. Oh, well, I was raised Presbyterian. Presbyterian's pretty loosey-goosey.
Mhm.
You actually have talked about this.
I have talked
Maybe
about
Warren
this, yeah.
wasn't here, but yeah, because you
No,
actually had this
she,
whole.
no, she does. She talked
you had a
about
pretty
it.
big conversation about this. Now that I hear you say that again,
Yeah.
we had a pretty big whole thing about this. I don't know if
One of
we're
my
live or not, though.
coworkers apparently used to be a Greek Orthodox priest.
Wow,
A wha-
that's
a what?
quite a career change.
What?
I know. So
Well,
what?
he said there were quite a few reasons that he ended up leaving. He didn't like how a lot of it is like for monetary gain now and stuff like that.
Sure.
Now?
Well, I mean,
Maybe he didn't realize it.
Even it's yeah, you know, sometimes you don't realize it, and also, I mean, it's
Mhm.
more so now than it was in the past, and just the fact that they're like multimillionaires.
It's funny because my presentation accidentally has to do with religion, sorta.
Sorta, okay.
But I need to pour a new drink. We're still really ahead, so we don't have to like mad.
Yeah, but I want to get out
the
as soon
thing.
as possible. I'm like
Callie,
a kid in class. Get me out.
Cut it out. Can someone do the cut it out thing? I never knew how to do that properly. And
Wait,
it's so simple.
I have no idea what you're talking about because that's not even what I said.
Cut it out or whatever.
It's not what I
Full
said.
House. I know, but I'm
We
just
just cut it out.
Is that how you do it?
I don't know.
I literally
I'm
don't
just
know.
copying what you did.
Callie, Molly.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Manuel. Is this a meme or is this like a boomer meme from the
Has
playground?
no one watched Full House?
I have, but I don't know what you're talking about. Has anyone watched Fuller House?
No.
I only watched.
No.
I did.
I only
didn't
watched
like
the
it.
first season, but there's one part where they're all the cast is back basically, except for Mary-Kate and Ashley, and they were like, "Where's Michelle?" And it's like, "Oh, she's too busy running her fashion empire in New York." And they all just looked at the camera, and it was the
Oh
best
my
thing I've ever
God.
seen. It was great.
I
Oscar
don't
check.
like that.
But Dave Coulier used to always say, "Cut it out," and that was his whole thing. He's the one who dated Alanis Morissette, and Jagged Little Pill's all about him. But
I'm hearing a lot
Hey,
of
Manuel.
this and not a lot of opening my presentation.
I'm pouring the drink.
How about this,
Cal-
Manuel?
Yes, Warren. Is that a glizzy?
Look in the chat.
No, he's eating popcorn
you
with
can-
chopsticks.
Oh my God! You eating popcorn with chopsticks?
Yes.
Everyone, my presentation is gonna be a little longer than everyone else. So go get some popcorn, eat it, then come back because I still won't have started.
Okay, ladies.
Are we taking a shot, Manuel? Are
Yeah,
you
we
want to take a
that's what
shot?
I'm getting ready.
I
That's what I'm
read-
getting ready for.
Don't be a bitch.
I'm not. Sorry, I was gonna say Callie. but
Wow,
I'm not to.
Molly,
And then I'm like,
do not.
Molly's
Molly,
not
do
no-
not.
But I'm like,
Molly,
I felt
don't
bad
don't
saying
let him.
Molly too. So I'm like, why?
Oh
why
shit,
did I
we
say
gotta. Oh, we
anyone?
gotta take 2 shots. Molly, no, he said, "I'm not Mal," and he stopped.
No, because I started
You-
saying Callie, but then I said Molly, and then I was like, why am I saying either of them? I'm not.
Well, I mean,
Pleiades.
honestly, our name is the same except for the first syllable, so you could just say Lee and be like,
I'm not
Lee.
Lee.
It's Lee.
I'm not
Boo.
Lee.
Lee.
All three of you.
Lee.
Really?
Okay,
Yeah,
I mean,
Lee.
here's
technically,
first one.
if you look at me, I look like a
Lee.
Lee.
There's a lot of Lees in your life.
To puppets.
You and puppets.
What?
You're so unwell.
Why we have to do
He
puppets?
messaged me at like 3 a.m. last night being like, guess about puppets. And I'm like, what is happening? What's going on?
No.
Okay, no, I have a funny story. So for
Callie,
everyone,
hold up.
about
This guy actually messaged me and deleted all of his text. And then I took a picture of myself taking a shit and I sent him. He's like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I
really
feel
did
like
this.
when you fucking." When I wake up and I have a wall of text deleted.
That's
and I'm just like-
exactly what it feels like. That's exactly.
literally-
You might as well
my-
send me a picture of your shit because that's how little you give a shit.
I literally, like, the past like week conversation that I've had with Manuel is all
nothing
just
but deleted.
him deleting and me going, yes.
I think that's literally, it's been like that for a while. It's like, that's all the conversation. It's all it is. It's like chunks of deleted messages. No, but real fast, before I take the second shot, I wanted to
You
tell
still have
this
to take a
story.
second one.
No, this is a funny
Haley,
story, and it's
or
DTL
Callie.
related. It's DTL related. So, about like 2 months ago, 3 months ago, Molly did a presentation on Timmy the Tooth. And for longtime DTL watchers might recall that during her presentation, which by the way was a really fast presentation, it was one of those days too.
I was looking to see if you deleted the conversation from last night.
I didn't actually.
Yeah, you did. There's no point. It's stupid.
But so during her presentation, there was this part where she was showing out the side characters, and one of them was Bubbles Gum, and I stopped everything to say that puppet looked like Sylvia, and I was going to like tweet at Sylvia even
And
then.
you said I should tell Sylvia, and both me and Molly were like, "You should.
Yeah, you
she's
shouldn't
not
do
gonna
that."
like that."
So I thought I did, but apparently I never did. It's funny because Sylvia actually got mad at me about that too. She's like, "Are you gaslighting me? You saying I already said this? Now I'm getting mad again." Apparently I never did. Anyways, I did get drunk that night, so,
So
I
you
probably
were
don't know what the
gaslighting
fuck I
her.
did.
No.
I probably was, but anyways, but so last night we were talking about something totally unrelated, and once again I thought I'd already showed it to her. So she was sending me to go watch some video, and I was like, "Oh, by the way, while I'm gone, here's the puppet you look like." And I sent her with like no other context. I just sent her the picture of the puppet, and then like went to go watch the video. And when I came back, all I saw was like bitch, like in big ass letters. Her calling me a bitch, I mean, and like in big ass letters. And she wouldn't reply to me for a long time. She was leaving me on red. She would not reply to me. So I was like, what the fuck? And I'm like, is she upset? So I go look on Twitter, and she had all these posts about like someone just said I looked like this puppet. Like, why do people compare me to puppets?
Well,
Like,
it's funny to me that
keep
this seems, why is this a trend in her life?
because somebody, okay, I thought it was more than one person, but apparently it's only me and this drive-through attendant from Burger King.
What?
Said she
What?
looked like they said that she looked like the puppet from Dark Crystal, like I guess the girl puppet. But I don't want to laugh, but I laughed my ass off when she told me that too.
Conversation with a drive-through attendant at a Burger King.
That sucks with that. It's a
Apparently
Dark
somebody at
Crystal.
Burger King,
No.
like she told it, like I don't know why she would like. She tells the story to them, like why would they tell you that? But anyways,
Yeah.
apparently she drove up, and the person was about to hand her the food or get the money or whatever, and saw her and just started laughing their ass off and like, you look like the puppet from Dark Crystal.
To be fair, that does sound something like that. That does sound like something that would happen to me. Every fucking time I pick up food, the cashier quips at me, and I can barely understand what they're saying because I didn't expect it. So I'm like, uh-huh. Like the other day, I got Blaze pizza, you know, like the pizza where
I
they...
thought you were gonna say got Blazed.
No, I got Blaze pizza, so they like make the pizza for you there, and then at the end it was all cooked, and he just needs to hand it to me, and I was kind of in a rush because I was meeting people, and he's like, do you want anything on it? I'm like, no. He's like, do you want any mayo or what the hell? I don't know why anyone would want any sauce on top of their pizza. I don't know. He kept
What's
saying
mayo
it
on
like
it? Ew.
I was weird for not wanting any like sauce on top of my pizza. I was like, no. I didn't say it like that. I was like, no, nothing, thank you. And then he just looked at me and he's like, aw.
What the?
I was waiting. I was like, did he ask me a question? Because the masks and everything make it really hard for me to understand people. I was like, am I missing something? And I was just
Asked me
waiting.
your number and you didn't. You said no.
I was like, I mean, that could totally have happened.
I know. He's like, so can I get your number? No, that's okay. And he's like, oh.
I mean, maybe he did say that, but I don't think he did. I don't. Now that you're saying that, I feel really gaslighted. Maybe he did say something like that. I don't think so, though.
Did.
I don't think
Callie,
so.
did you make someone sad?
Yeah, okay.
But
I mean, you don't have to give someone your number, but yeah, Callie did make someone sad.
Chuckled and he handed me the pizza. Though I swear to you, this exact kind of thing happens to me constantly. Like again, another pizza place. I went to pick up a pizza at a different pizza place, at a local pizza place, and the dude was like an old dude, and he's like, and I was like, I was getting my pizza, and what did he say? What was it? It was something really strange and totally random, and like he handed me he was about to hand me the pizza, and then he jerked back and he's like, "Are you sure?" And I was like,
"What?"
What?
And then he laughed and then handed. Like, it's a joke. Like, he was joking.
Oh.
I was like,
well, still.
Like, what's going on? This happens to me all the time.
Well, to just end that story real fast, Molly. I called her Molly. Sylvia, she ended up, and this is a picture she already had. This is the picture I sent, like, she took that night. Sylvia ended up posting a picture of the picture I sent her of the puppet of Bubblegum, and then a picture of her where she really did look like her.
Yeah.
And, like, that was the funniest
saw
part.
The manual. I saw that screenshot you sent me. I dead ass was dying. I was like, no.
And that was even in the comments. Ren, her friend, Ren was even other PGP member who's been on here and everything. Ren was even like, you know, that looks like you.
It's a better comparison than Dark Crystal. I don't know what that character looks like, but I'm sure it doesn't look like
Dark Crystal, like the Dark Crystal character kind of has this weird snout thing going on too. Like that's the biggest characteristic of
Are you
Dark
saying
Crystal.
there's something weird with Sylvia's nose?
No, and I feel bad. Okay, anyways, I'm not gonna go any further with that. Anyway, I felt bad because clearly I punched the raw nerve there. You know, when I brought this up.
I like how this guy's like, I punched a raw nerve. It's like, Manuel, duh, you just fucking over here insulting somebody.
If you're gonna fucking present.
Yeah, I'll get started. Callie, no.
You take our second shot, though, homie.
Oh yeah, take a shot.
Why do you think I do this?
I want you to guess. To popcorn.
Oh no, no,
To
Natsuki
Natsuki
Ozawa.
Ozawa's titties. Okay. Why did I pour the drink?
Is it bad that I used a chaser as I just use alcohol as a chaser?
Yeah, I do that all the time. No, when I didn't pour it this time, so I took raw soda. But most of the time, I take a mixed drink as a chaser.
Use
hold on, hold on.
pineapple.
You just say raw soda.
I did. I'm raw dogging this soda, guys. Did I just see that?
Bro, that's gross.
Okay,
That's
there you
kind
go,
of gross,
Callo.
bro.
That
Alright.
time I
Did
did say it
you?
on
Yeah, I was
purpose.
about to say. I could tell you meant to say it that time.
Yeah, that time I said it on purpose. I'm like just to kill my own thing earlier. Wait, do you have it going? So I can
I mean, you did fuck up
Ah,
Molly and Callie at the
forbidden
same time.
information. Shit.
Hey, what changed?
I don't know.
It's
Oh,
because
I moved everything
because-
a little bit. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. I mean, you can
Okay, you
start
should pause
presenting.
timer, Chan.
No, I'm absolutely not pausing timer, John.
This is not my
Wow.
fault.
I don't care.
That's just mean,
I'm
Callie.
master of your fate.
It's because I didn't let you go first.
Manuel's all
Yes.
like, maybe I should have had Warren host.
I know.
Honestly, please. Please,
Warren
for the love of
apparently-
God. I hate hosting.
Warren apparently let fucking what's his face just like take 30 minutes to keep fucking up.
Oh yeah,
my
actually,
God.
before
Okay.
you got here, Warren, Manuel was complaining about that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
What?
I told you about that already. That you kept pausing it for Warren. You kept pausing it for Pleiades when he was like having technical difficulties. So
I'm a nice.
technically,
I
technically
guess I
his
shouldn't be a
presentation
nice
was
guy no
over
more.
An hour.
Nice
we were going so
guys
fast.
finish last. That's why I'll treat you like trash. It's not what I
Rose, what
really
is this?
want to
IKEA, Rose, what is
do.
All right, girlfriend, are you ready?
Callie may
I'll
have
treat you
made
like
some
garbage
food.
now, because I'm a bad boy.
Oh my God, Callie, can you put my damn thing on screen at least so I can start?
I'm working
I'm
on
about-
it.
But I'm about to have to take a drink, and this is not my fault.
Fuck you. You took so long to get your presentation up for no reason.
I wanted to tell the puppet story.
Not
Hurry
a
up,
good
Manuel.
reason.
It's up now. Hurry up. Go, go, go,
Okay,
go.
God damn.
God damn.
Okay, well now I'm starting with the song like I always do.
I'm just starting right off of the copyright claim. We get it.
Yeah, of course.
As is the way here.
By the way, this singer is like 5 months pregnant here.
What?
Drink.
I started at the wrong part, by the way. Oops, whatever. This is where I meant to start the song, sorry.
And now it stutters.
Nice! Love this band. So why did I show you that? That was the 10th anniversary concert of a band I love called EPICA. So this presentation is called The Road to EPICA, or a band and album that changed my music taste forever.
Drink.
I'm jumping the gun a little, but that song is a song called Sensorium, and that's the first track from their first album, which this presentation is mostly about. So that's me, whatever. Intro's nonsense, intro stuff. So this has slowly become Manuel's favorites. Like I've gone over like my favorite album, my favorite this. I went over like my favorite video game, that one video game that I liked and I forgot about it last week, and so on. So here's another. But Epic is crazy. Now, I'm not going to talk about this album at all here, but Epica, well, the one to mention in a second, Epica's first album and Wadi Swa's first album, aka Amana, from Malice Miser, and I refuse to call him Mana-sama, by the way, but Mana from Malice Miser, their first album, when I heard them, and I heard them when I was like still in high school, actually, I think just out of high school for Mana, and I heard them, they literally changed like how I viewed music in general, like both these two albums, and not just like what I liked, what I listened to, like
Drink.
introduced me to new things, but also like how I looked at music when I was working on myself. Anyways, and it's been almost 20 years since I first heard of them and since that album came out. That concert that
You're a
we
boomer.
showed a minute ago is from 2012 or 2013, and that was the 10th anniversary concert.
The guy with the
Um,
long hair. Does he have a cone head?
Oh no! It's just a weird angle. He has his head down. There'll be a lot more pictures of him. He's like one of the main members. So yeah, early Epica. The band's called Epica, by the way, and we're gonna get to that name in a second.
That's a really weird lens on that camera.
So real fast, I just want to mention a band called Nightwish. They're not important at all to this presentation, but when I first discovered Epica, especially when I was showing Epica to the people and like, oh, you should listen to Epica, everyone's all like, they just sound like a bootleg like Nightwish. And Nightwish is a much bigger band, and I don't want to rag on Nightwish. I love them too. If you recall, their keyboardist. Let me take that drink first.
Drink.
Their keyboardist, who in this picture's on the far left, he's the one I mentioned who drinks 3 bottles of wine during his performance, and I've seen this in person. And anyways, they're a genre that you call symphonic metal. Is the next slide about symphonic metal? Yes. So symphonic metal, I'm not gonna get too much into it, but basically it is what it sounds like. It's metal that has symphonic elements.
I think he does have a bit of a cone head.
Oh yeah, that's him.
Wow.
Towards the second to the right. I guess he kind of does. But anyways, now it's actually really funny because just like all metal genres, there are subgenres. Most people say Epica is not symphonic metal. They're gothic symphonic metal.
So is
Fuck
the entire
you.
orchestra in the back also part of the band?
They typically do travel with a smaller one. This is from that 10-year anniversary when they have the whole orchestra and the whole choir. So typically, no. They don't have like the same members who come like all the time. If that's what you're asking. No.
Drink.
They kind of have some repeats, but for the smaller like string section and 3-member like choir or whatever.
I really need to draw a new picture of Timer John.
Oh, that's her with the bass guitar. Anyways,
That's
so
cute.
After Forever is a band that's him, by the way, Conehead on the far left. It's the band started by Mark Jansen and Sanders Gorman. They had a vocalist named Floor Jansen. By the way, his name is Jansen, not Jansen. I said it earlier, but Floor Jansen, no relation, by the way, because they're both Jansen. They're just Dutch, and apparently everyone in
God damn it.
I was
everyone
gonna
there
say
is
that's
Jansen.
just a Dutch thing.
Yeah, there's actually a lot of Jansens between all these bands. But anyways, what's cool about this band is that they, unlike Nightwish, because Nightwish has like normal, like clean male vocals, and then female vocals. After Forever had death vocals like grunts and screams, like grunts and screams. Grunts are like Cookie Monster vocals, like roar, and then screams are just like screamo vocals. By the way, someone recorded me for that. If you were here for that, for what's his face's Ed's presentation like months ago, he had a much better thing about screaming versus grunts. We'll come back to After Forever, but I just wanted to mention that. By the way, low res pick alert. There's a lot of low res picks here. So they were cool but short lived. Now guitarist Mark Jansen, keep saying Jansen. Mark Jansen left after 2 albums. Now After Forever did continue for a few more years, but they're out of our story for now. But what's interesting is that Mark used to always mention there was an interview he did when Epica first formed, and he called After Forever the road to Epica. So let's talk about Epica. So first there was a band called Sahara Dust. That's Mark again on the far right there. By the way, he's only like 20. I want to point that out. He's like a baby here. Or he might be 19 actually here.
Is that Conehead dude?
Yes, on the far.
Drink.
He does have one. God damn it, Kelly.
Sorry.
That laugh. So Helena Michelson was their first vocalist. She was from a band called Trail of Tears. And this pick is very low res. But they had a band called Sahara Dust. But they decided that's a pretty crappy name. But first, let's change our vocalist. So Mark was dating a girl named Simone Simmons, and that's Simmons, not Simons. Even though there's only one M, it's weird. I came across that. I always thought it was 2 M's, so I looked it up last night. Oops. But they were dating at the time. She was, I'm not gonna like go on about like the age because he was pretty young himself, but she was 17. That's only important, I feel like, to mention because she has an amazing voice that we're gonna hear a lot more clearer in a minute. But she joined the band. She was a nobody at the time. But what's crazy is if you were a fan of like this kind of music back then, like power metal or that kind of thing, they pushed her a lot. She was guesting on a lot of albums before Epica released anything. Also, I'm kind of jumping the gun here, but she ended up becoming a very big like fashion and makeup icon within the metal scene. Also, she's a redhead. So Molly, you should sing like her.
Um,
So they changed their name. Camelot is a power metal band from Florida, a true rarity that you guys don't even understand how rare that is. The only other one that's from
Yes,
Florida is the only
yes,
other
I
one from
do.
Florida they're another band called Iced Earth, and their
Yes.
lead member is in jail right now for joining in the insurrections. That's a very funny story right there.
Well, I mean, Ice
Um,
Earth is, but I mean,
but this is
because
the
the
good one.
reason,
This is the
I mean, the reason why it's incredible that there's a power metal band from Florida is because death metal bands come out from Florida.
yeah. So this is Camelot,
Drink.
and they released a song called album called EPICA, and
Oh,
Epica stole the name from that. Now,
I mean,
unlike
they're not
After
stealing
Forever,
the name.
Epica. Camelot's gonna come up a bit more later on. But anyways, the first album was called The Phantom Agony. Now we're gonna cover some of their other music a bit faster. Believe it or not, this is actually the longer part of the presentation. A bit faster soon. Each album that comes after this, but this album sounds very different from everything they would do later on, and they're still together to this day, by the way. But this one sounds so different. But I love this album. Every song's fucking amazing, and similar to the Road from Epica thing. After Forever had songs that were like movements to a certain thing. It'd be like they have a song series called The Embrace That Smothers, and all the songs are about religion and like the horrors of organized religion. And the first
Drink.
After Forever album had The Embrace That Smothers parts 1 through 3. And then when Epica released their first album called The Phantom Agony, which also was a reference to religion, funny enough, they had the songs The Embrace That Smothers 4 through 6. So yeah. So I had never heard music like this. And this song that I'm about to play sounds so different from the first one. It's kind of a longer clip. So you don't have to tell me to drink, I'll drink along. But check this out. It's called Cry for the Moon. Now I would give this a content warning because it does talk about like pretty if you don't know what Cry for the Moon means, it's the name of a book that's about like, some of the Catholic priest stuff. We'll just leave it at that. And it's weird because every few decades, it's like the world remembers that this goes on because this was stuff that people were talking about when I was a child. This was people writing songs and books about it 20 years ago, and now it's a new scandal again for some reason. Anyway,
Drink.
it's a bit of a longer clip, but we're gonna play it, and you can hear how you can hear the whole sound here.
Drink.
By the way, I love that the bassist is left-handed because they have got that cool guitar thing going on where they can do like a V. I like how they're basically laughing at him there, by the way.
The guy's just like, oh no.
So I'm gonna end the clip there, but yeah, the obviously people can go like, oh, that's a bit more of a very normie take on the whole thing, because the lyrics about like you can't hide yourself behind the fairy tale forever, and the lyrics that you couldn't understand anyway, which is why I didn't really think a content warning was too necessary, goes into a lot more specifics about like, you know, stolen virginity and like the apple and the Garden of Eden and so on. But yeah, Simone Simmons is a very unique way of singing on that first album. She's credited not as vocals but as mezzo soprano. And they kind of list her as if she's just part of the choir that was on the album. It's like, you know, sopranos, altos, you know, so on, tenors, and, you know, mezzo soprano, and it's only her. Great album, love it to death. Now, it was fucking amazing. And my little stall pick, I thought that's another picture of her from the time. Like, I couldn't find anywhere to put the Simone Simmons pick up there, so that's her. Yeah, can you hit those notes, Molly? I just gotta pick on you because you're also redheaded. Molly?
What?
Molly, are you dead?
Yeah.
I was thinking, can you hit those notes?
Yeah,
Didn't know that.
I am also a mezzo soprano.
Are you really? I feel like we've had this conversation before. But I
I'm
didn't-
naturally an alto, but I'm trained up to well, I can hit the soprano notes, but I'm trained mezzo.
Oh, okay. Well, there's that. Let's go on.
Mezzo
Really,
training.
we have some more stuff. So I first heard about the sophomore slump because of this group. Does anyone know what the sophomore slump is?
Yep, except the second one is never as good as the first.
Yes.
Yeah.
So EPICA
It's the
has-
same as like the second show slump and Peter.
Now, what's hilarious is you know that song I just showed you, that was a live take, believe it or not. That's why I love that album, but fans to this day still confuse that and their actual first album. That's a live take from a studio radio show called 2 Meter Sessions, and 2 Meter Sessions to be more accurate. But and it's from an album called We Will Take You With Us. And some people argue that this is the better version of the Phantom Agony. I like it. I like the way it sounds. Like it's a lot more like spontaneous, obviously because it's live, but there's a lot more thinness in the vocals. Like Mark Jansen sounds a little off there because in the studio version he grunts and screams and they layer it, and it sounds a little bit better. I know it's live, but still. So anyways, just interested to know, this was their actual follow-up. They just re-recorded their album in the studio, in a studio live setting. Now the real follow-up was another album called Consigned to Oblivion. This was about because this was news at them. This was like the big thing at the time, released in 2005. This was about the Mayan calendar 2012 thing, and the whole concept of this album was, it's a minor concept album, but the whole thing was, it's like, oh, this is a civilization that consigns itself to oblivion, like it writes its own, like, doomsday prophecy. Of course, it didn't do that. We all know that, whatever, but it was just written around that concept. I think this is their weakest album. It sounds like it just doesn't sound as good. There's some really good songs on it, but as an album, I don't like it that much. And I do think I should have mentioned this earlier. A lot of people don't like the Phantom Agony, even though that's my damn well favorite album of theirs and probably one of my top 5 favorite albums of all time. People don't like that album because it sounds so different from what they do today. But this album, most people do agree it's their weakest one. Fun fact, vocalist Roy Khan of Camelot is on this album, so there's a bit of a thing there. And another annoying fact, because I do like Mark Jansen's growls and grunts and screams, he doesn't do very many vocals on this album. Boo. Now, they also did a soundtrack. It was to a movie called Joyride. It was like literally a movie about people like driving cross country in like the Netherlands. Now, it's funny because this has been retconned as not being a real EPICA album, but when it was released, it was. And I took this excerpt from the interview that Mark Jansen did, and they asked him what the album was like. It says typically EPICA, only without the singing, without the guitars, no bass, and no drums. No joke, that's what this album is. It's literally just a score. It's called the score. So there are a few vocal tracks, even though he's just said that, but still, this was a weird follow-up for the third album. Now what even was this? They released a thing called The Road to Paradiso. This was kind of a special disc that was meant to, like, a photo book thingy that was meant to go along with Consigned to Oblivion. But I'm not even talking about the album. It was a collection of B-sides and like live tracks, and interviews. But what's funny about this album was it was one of those rare CDs that you don't hear about too often that had copy protection on it. Like it couldn't be played in anything but a CD player. You couldn't put it in a computer because Napster and whatever, they were scared of people ripping it and like downloading it. So this CD installed something which people now consider a virus these days, like some rootkit thing.
What?
So it's actually hilarious. And I could not uninstall the thing it put on, which is funny because that's a huge thing. And it basically eventually ruins your computer. I don't know how these things work, but it keeps like over time, it'll keep like building itself and like it destroys your computer slowly. And apparently Sony got sued over this, even though it was a thing that a lot of labels used. And this was my one exposure to it because this CD had it. And I still had the CD until recently. But anyways, here's a song called Solitary Ground. This is one of my favorite songs. This is my only favorite song from the second album. Now, fun fact, back in my emo-y younger days, I did an AMV to Final Fantasy X-2 to this. So whenever I hear this song, I think of Final Fantasy X too. But it's a cool little it's a cool little ballad. And I also like her fashion here. She looks like 1990s coffee shop singer.
Drink.
Oh shit.
Also, everyone's lipstick color is very early 2000s.
Oh yeah.
That like brownish color.
It's funny that Callie mentioned is that like orchestra like part of the band? That cello player is like always been the cello player, even though he's kind of just support. So yeah, love this song. It's like the only song that I truly think stands out in that second album, and of course it's the ballad. But anyways, oops, wrong way. But there was good albums. So there's the third album, well, the real third album because nobody counts the score, was called The Divine Conspiracy. I purposely picked a low-res pick because that's kind of a drawing of Simone Simmons naked on the cover there. But this was an album. It was a concept album. I honestly can do a whole presentation on this album too. I'm not going to, but basically this is a real concept album that the songs all follow this story that God apparently made all the religions we have in the world, and the whole end point is that we're supposed to discover that they're all the same. And this also was meant to close out the Divine Conspiracy, the Embrace That Smothers series, the ones that started in After Forever and that Cry for the Moon was part of. Now a lot of EPICA fans consider this their first good album, which annoys the fuck out of me because I love the Phantom Agony. But a lot of fans are like, no, this was when they actually got good, and they actually were, before that they were just a Nightwish clone. But it's also worth noting this is the last time you saw the OG lineup. They had a lot of lineup changes after this, and they had one more even after that. But anyways, this one's great too. This is the last one I consider the classic EPICA. This is Design Your Universe. By this point, they had a new guitarist. His name was Isaac Delahaye. He came from a band called God Dethroned, which maybe Warren knows. They're like this death metal band. So he was like a really good guitarist. And for the first time, EPICA had guitar solos. Like you never heard that in the songs before. They just had like riffing sections or like sections where like the orchestra just goes crazy. But like now there's guitar solos because of Isaac Delahaye. This one finished the New Age Dawn series, which is a series from Consigned to Oblivion, and it's a really good album. And we're gonna hear this song that sort of closes out the presentation. This is like a mini little part at the end. But see, I'm actually making a good time here. This is a song called Unleashed. Now, if you listen to EPICA today, a lot more of the music sounds like this. There's a story that we're not going to get into about the video. ever watched that video, it steals the plot from The Sixth Sense. Basically, that dude gets shot, and the whole video, he's like, "Why is no one looking at me?" And it turns out he's died. He didn't survive that.
Feels bad.
Anyways, Epica up to now. I just want to throw this out here. If you ever want to hear it, there's a 9-part song series, The Embrace That Smothers. Like I said, it started with After Forever, Phantom Agony. We could talk about that later. I wrote this and I'm like, I don't know where to put this. I just threw it in here, and I wanted to use more Epica pictures. Also, it shows off some of Simone Simmons' like outfits that she's kind of known for. Like she's like looking very goth right there with that
Goth.
Really, I like that. That's a really cool look, though.
That's
Anyways, this is the New Age Dawn. This is the one that I told you was consigned to oblivion about, like, you know, we're all like, you know, ending our, like, you know, civilization. I love how there's a song called Kingdom of Heaven here, which sounds more accurate to Embrace That Smothers, but whatever. Now the end. So there were a lot of lineup changes for the Happen Up to Design Universe, and they actually had their 10th anniversary concert after that, which is the clip we opened the thing with. And I mentioned what's cool about that performance is chick was like 5 months pregnant. And in case you're wondering whether it was her and Mark Jansen's baby because they were dating, we'll get to that. But
the plot thickens.
I consider this the end of their classic era. And they also, I don't know why they stopped doing this. They didn't need to stop doing this. They don't do that whole, which I guess I didn't talk about enough, but they don't do the song thing anymore, where it's all like XX story part 2, part 3, part 4, part 9. They stopped doing that with Design Your Universe. Now they just have songs. You know, go figure. But they're still great. This is actually a promo picture from their most recent album. I don't know what the fuck Simone Simmons is wearing there, but it looks like armor until you look up closer, and it's like, wait, that's just like really puffy. So yeah. Oh, the keyboarder shaved his head. He looks so weird there. But anyways, so some miscellaneous info. Now remember After Forever? We mentioned them at the very beginning. That was the band that Mark Jansen came from. Floor Jansen, she ended up joining Nightwish. She's actually their current vocalist. Now, remember all that talk where I said everyone was all like, After Forever and
Nightwish
Epica are just Nightwish clones. Yeah, she's in Nightwish now. So,
well,
but because she's in yeah, exactly. It's all so interconnected, and they actually made up. Mark Jansen and all the members of After Forever made up. I didn't feel like going into it because it's too. I cut out all. I actually had a lot more about After Forever. Cut all that out. But there's actually around the time Design Your Universe came out, there was a concert where Floor Jansen came out and they did some old After Forever songs. And I also didn't mention that, but when the Phantom Agony came out and they were doing that first tour together as Epica, they still did After Forever songs. But anyways. But what's sad about After Forever is that because Floor Jansen's in Nightwish and they're fucking huge, and because Epica, Mark Jansen's in Epica now, pretty much After Forever is just that band that both of them came from. You know what I mean? It just like, yeah, it just became that band. So rip After Forever. By the way, homeboy in the hat in the middle there, that's a much more current picture of him. That's the guy who drinks the 3 bottles of wine. I just want to keep mentioning that. Man's my hero.
I just looked up because I was curious if Evanescence is considered symphonic metal, and oh my god, there is some discussion on whether or not it is. There's a lot of discussion online.
I mean, Molly. To be honest, it's always when it comes to the metal circles, people are always like,
most people say it has symphonic metal elements, but it's not actually symphonic metal because they're not really metal. But yeah,
it gets very foggy.
I think
people.
Well, the consensus seems to be
fight on these hills.
They're more symphonic rock. Is more.
Wait,
like symphonic alternative rock.
One thing about Flyleaf. Never mind. I don't know how I confuse it with Flyleaf. That's racist. But
how's that racist?
I'm joking,
no, Manuel.
Anyways.
Flyleaf?
No one talks about Flyleaf. But
Manuel's next presentation.
No, so anyways, remember the Mayan mythology? Actually
Mayan?
Mark Jansen has a symphonic death metal band that's called Mayan, where he only does vocals, doesn't play guitar, But I like their first album because it sounded like Epica, but with just male vocals. But I'm really confused what's up with them now. This is actually a picture from around 2011, but now their band has like 14 members. They have like 4 or 5 vocalists, and like
Jeez,
3 of them are girls.
goddamn.
And I'm just really confused what their band's about. But yeah, they're kind of cool. And they open because they share some members. They open for Epica a lot, so I don't know. I just want to point them out because they formed around the same time. Remember Camelot? Remember the band that they stole the name from? I'm not gonna lie, I just love this song, so I wanted to show it too. They're from Florida. Oh, just a real little fast clip. Now Camelot did a series of albums that were about Faust, and that was one of the albums. And she played a character in it, so she's in a couple of their songs. But even crazier connection, she actually married a Camelot's keyboardist, Oliver Palotai, which is funny because now there's a crazy connection between Epica and Camelot. She's no longer with Mark Jansen. They broke up actually a long time earlier on in the story, around the time Consigned to Oblivion came out. So, and of course, every interview that they've done ever since is like, how is it like being in a band with your ex? And obviously they're fine with it, but I just find that funny to note that that it's a band with exes. And she married somebody from the band they stole the name from, well, borrowed the name from. But yeah. Anyways, I could do a whole thing on Simone. She's actually like I said, she's big, and if you look at her now, like especially the shit, like she's known for having crazy makeup, kind of like I don't want to use this like because I feel like I'm doing injustice to her, because like I know people like Bjork, but it's kind of like the Bjork of symphonic metal, where she wears like very extravagant outfits all the time, where she shows up but she has like all this crazy makeup and all these big like poofy sleeves, all these wing shit, and all this shit. But she has a blog called Smoon Style, which talks about like life and makeup and all that shit. But that's for another day. Anyways, conclusion. This presentation got away from me. I was really gonna just talk about the Phantom Agony, and then I talked about everything else and then cut some stuff out. But check out that album; it's amazing. Check out Epica. That's a new album. It just came out in February, and they're going on tour soon. In Europe, not here because obviously travel. Pandemic, but they're going on tour soon, like in the fall. So and they did a bunch of like pandemic lives, all that stuff like that. Fun fact, they were like, before anyone really doing it like anywhere, that live I mentioned that was a 10th anniversary live, that was like an online live too. Like you paid like $10, you got to view it. But anyways, they're awesome. Check it out. Phantom Agony's amazing. Check that out, or the live album we take you with. And my last drink, and I'm done before 35 minutes.
Oh, thank God.
Questions? No? Okay. Oops, what'd I do?
You correctly closed the stream.
Oh. Molly, you gotta join a metal band now, a symphonic metal band.
But wasn't Molly doesn't want to sing symphonic metal?
I gotta read some of the chat.
Japanese symphonic metal.
Oh, they do call Versailles symphonic metal, and I agree, but
I agree too. To be honest, I don't know. A lot of people come up with a lot of stupid ass fucking genre names for VK shit, and it sounds the fucking same as other things. So it's fucking dumb. I don't believe in VK as a fucking genre.
It's a medium.
It's because it's the same sound. They just give it a different name. It's because they look different. But other than that, it's the same shit.
Oh, I didn't mention that there was a baby in that picture. That baby was definitely fathered by Camelot's keyboardist, and that was the baby she was pregnant with during that anniversary live. So yeah, oops. Wait, who's been on a hiatus since 2016? We're talking about Flyleaf, I think. Versailles Symphonic. No,
Anyone
they're
need
called
to
Philharmonic
pee?
Quartet.
I need to use the bathroom.
Oh, we need to pee.
I'll be right back.
Callie, you okay? Are you Oh, that's you were frozen because you were holding
Callie's
that face
trying
for a
to
long time.
Callie trying to
How were you able
finish
to hold
up.
that face? That was a weird face to hold. I can't even do it. Oh my god. I'm gonna save that for the fucking thumbnail.
Okay, no, now you're gonna use it for the thumbnail. Damn it.
Potato brain, Stan beats. No one likes BTS. I don't know if I need to pee. I'll just wait.
Yeah, I mean, everyone just likes them. Ironically, that's why they have like 40 million fans.
Callie. No one likes BTS. It's funny because a friend of a homie of mine, namely, had that whole thing
Actually, I
about
have
where
to
the
pee too.
Blackpink fans were like getting on his case because
Oh my
he,
god, I'm so tired of you talking about this.
No, it's funny because
He's been
I don't
talking
know if you
about
guys...
this thing in our chat for like weeks now.
Well, I mentioned this on DTL because if you remember, I don't want to say like he's nowhere near like a BFF of mine, but I know the man and I met him through a couple things. And if you remember, I've been talking about doing a DTL on him for a very long time, and like I just found it funny. And if you read any A to G articles, you might remember that I picked his song for one of his songs for like my favorite song of 2020. So I just found it funny that like he got this feud with Blackpink. And what I found amazing about that isn't so much the feud itself, was that I learned how big Blackpink was. I thought Blackpink was a kind of small K-pop girl group. Not small. I'm not stupid. But I thought that they were just another K-pop girl group. They might as well have been like Dreamcatcher too. And I'm just saying that because I don't know any other groups named Dreamcatcher right now off the top of my head twice. But like I just thought they were another group. And I come to find out that Blackpink
biggest
exactly.
K-pop group. They're actually ahead of Twice, I believe. They're close.
I came to find, but it was just funny watching the saga play out because yeah, I'm sure like I said, Callie got annoyed, but it was just funny to watching it play out. TLDR, there was a line.
Have you peed, Manuel? Did you pee your seat?
Yeah, I'm sitting.
Yeah,
in
did you?
Do you mind?
Okay, that's fine. I just want to be clear so that I can know when to do my presentation.
Let's pose for the thumbnail real fast. I'll hold up.
I don't need to pose. I already know you're gonna take the other photo.
I am. Okay, everyone else pose. Is Molly just striking a pose like that? Okay. What are you eating?
Hold on.
Lauren?
I have a popsicle.
Put it in your mouth, like all the way in.
Oh my god. This is sexual
There we
harassment.
go.
You're his employer.
Oh,
3, 2.
Well,
I know
cool.
that was very sexual harassing of me, wasn't it?
I'm calling the police on you, Manuel.
Rightfully so. Sekuhara? Oh my god. I don't think they were so big that people are like they're gonna collab with Taylor Swift or whatever. Wait, were they? You still
I'm
owe
sure
me
they collabed with fucking like wasn't it Nicki Minaj?
Selena Gomez, and the song was horrible.
No, but
Wait,
they
what
collabed
happened?
with the rapper
Wait, hold-
too. Oh,
But
the
the
Selena
song
Gomez
with
one I
Selena
remember, and
Gomez-
it was Ice Cream was bad. But they had a song that they didn't make a music video for, and they did it with a rapper. I swear to God, am I wrong? Was it Cardi B?
Leslie says it's Nicki. It is Nicki.
It is Nicki. Okay, it was either Cardi B or Nicki. Not to rile up the Barbs and the other one. I can't remember the fan name.
But yeah, Blackpink sucked. I'm just kidding. Don't want the Blackpink.
I mean, to be honest, I only stand just like was it Elisa, but other than that, everybody kind of meh. Their music is meh.
I like Rose because she's Australian.
But yeah, before this one, Namewee's
She's
last
Australian,
song.
really?
Yeah, she's Australian.
Aren't two of them Australian?
Yeah, I was supposed to say, aren't two of them? I actually know that.
No,
I know that because of now.
Jenny studied in America, I think.
America.
But she is Korean. Rose was raised in Australia.
Mm.
Lisa
is Thai, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She's Thai.
Fun fact though, by the way, that I just want to throw out there because I want to stand the homie Namely, is that a lot of the stuff that I've gotten into the past couple of years have been because of my connections with him. So I just find that fun. So if anyone wonders why I'm kind of like gushing over him, it's also that. Dan Nameway.
Man, wait, who? Who are you gushing over?
Nameway. He's like that Malaysian rapper who collabs with everyone, which is how I know a lot of people.
Oh yeah.
Meet someone who knows everyone else.
I know exactly. I know people like that. Yeah. It's so helpful.
Yeah. A lot of people don't like him in Malaysia because he spends a lot of time in Taiwan, and there's a whole Chinese thing. And anyways, Malaysia's an interesting country.
But he's on this grind though. I don't know why people always be bitching
But anyways,
about shit.
his last song before this one was a song he did with Yua Mikami, who also was in the K-pop group Honey Popcorn, and she's also a JV
Oh,
actor.
I missed that. I miss Honey Popcorn.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, Honey Popcorn was a K-pop group that was founded by a JV actress.
Yeah. Yua
And
Mikami.
they got bullied out of Korea, of course, because
exactly.
of
Yua Mikami is amazing.
That's
She has a fashion brand that I've been trying. I've been trying to buy a
that.
clutch.
Now that's
so I can have the
fucking,
clutch.
that's like legitimate like girl boss shit. Like not in a derogatory way. I don't know. There's a better word for it, I'm sure.
What? No, because she
Bad
she
bitch
funded that
energy.
shit herself.
That is bad bitch energy.
There
I'm
you
sorry.
go. Absolutely.
But,
I'm sorry.
But every so often,
That is
I'm
definitely
like,
bad bitch
Can I
energy.
meet Yua Mikami now? Can Ada J get a Yua Mikami interview?
Please.
So that'll be a thing. I mean,
I
hopefully that'll be
still
a thing,
listen to
not that
Honey
it'll be a thing.
Popcorn. They're on my
I like Honey Popcorn.
They're on my rotation.
What was that song? Bibbidi Bobbidi. I don't know what the actual title is, but
I'm not totally sure because I listened to the whole album.
But anyways.
And it's like, this song just comes up. I don't pay attention to the
Molly,
name.
I mean, Callie, are you ready? Are you ready?
I
Molly, Callie, the same person.
Pretty much.
Callie.
I've been setting
Wow.
up the...
Wow, man, that's racist, bro.
It's funny because there was this there's this blonde girl in that, I'm sure nobody noticed this, but when I played the really long video for Epica, there's this blonde girl who was singing background vocals. Her name's Amanda Somerville, and if you know anything about power metal, symphonic metal, any European metal, she was famous because she basically helped Europe speak English to American standards. Like, she was a coach to like almost everyone, and she also has some of her own bands. And the only reason I bring this up, because I originally had a joke in there, but I took it out because of the time, that I was gonna be like, look, it's like Callie and Molly, and that was gonna be my joke. There was a redhead and a blonde. It's me being.
I like how that.
But now I said it anyway, so there you go.
Oh my god, did anybody see what Leslie posted?
What is it?
Why the hell did you tell your father that BDSM stands for burgers, drinks, and salsa music? He just invited Bob and Agnes to come over tonight for a BDSM party.
Oh, dang.
Okay, well, that tells you a lot about Bob and Agnes. Bob and Agnes is like, yeah! They're excited. They're like putting their car keys in that little pool thing.
Yeah, in the fishbowl.
Yeah. Callie knows what I'm talking about.
Of course I do. Anything that's been referenced in pop culture media, I know.
Wait, there's this picture. Oh, wait, never mind. That's the thing you order from. No, because I went to Leslie's profile. She posted a picture of them eating somewhere, I guess, for her dad's birthday. But they have the menu thing, and I thought they had like a portable DVD player open on their table. I'm like, Leslie, why are you watching a movie at dinner?
Movie and a dinner. Dinner and a movie. That's
Leslie's an American now.
That's the least strange thing you could possibly do.
Is that like pasta? Eating pasta. They got wine. Is this like a fancy Olive Garden? I don't mean like you went to Olive Garden. I mean, this is a fancy. All Italian places are Olive Garden.
I mean, are they not?
That is true. Ice cream. Oh wait, I'm reading some of this shit. Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo. Yeah, that's the name of the Honey Popcorn. I didn't put what I was.
That's also the name of bad guys on Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, Boo. Well,
Maybe it's after them.
The funny thing, no, well, it's a name of a thing. What's Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo? Who says that? Some Disney character. Anyways,
it's from Cinderella.
There you
Your
go.
fairy godmother.
What I love about Dragon Ball is that literally every character's name in that is a pun, but half of them they don't translate.
Yeah.
So that's the part that annoys me. It's like, why do they still call Frieza Frieza? Their name was literally meant to be Freezer.
Because Frieza still sounds like it could be a
Sounds
thing.
bound better.
Yeah.
Because
cooler.
Because every so often you see the meme where people think that they're being funny when they show Frieza as a Freezer. I'm like, no, that's not a meme. That's literally what they said. I just think it translated that way. Like that's not a. You're not clever. That's literally what they meant. By them, I mean Akira Toriyama.
Yeah.
But yeah. His name.
Most casual.
I've always been confused. What is Freezer? Frieza?
What
As
do you
in
mean,
gender?
what is
I don't know.
Frieza?
Or are they even gendered? I'm
I don't
literally
think
confused.
so.
I don't
He's
know.
a fucking alien.
He
Well,
clearly doesn't
they-
have genitals, so
Yeah, they and because that just dawned on me. I don't think I ever knew that.
Like, not gonna lie, I think Cooler's more of a dude than a female. Like Frieza's brother,
Frieza
Cooler.
always struck me as female, but then again, I don't know. So, meh.
queer-coded villain strikes again.
Yeah, there you go. It sounds more intimidating. Frieza instead of Freezer.
I mean, Frieza
It
sounds like
does.
something a name we would call an alien. That's like totally works.
Yes.
Did-
Except Cooler. And I feel bad
Cooler
that
doesn't
his name
work.
is literally Cooler.
Should have been like
Yes.
Kula or something.
Yeah,
somebody
Cooler or
somebody told me that lunch
His
is
dad-
called lunch still, but like whenever I see people talk about lunch, they call it ranchu or whatever, which is still lunch, but
but
just
still
like
lunch.
katakana.
What the fuck?
No, because
Yeah.
some people.
Okay.
Well,
anyways,
when I
can
see it, it's
can
always
I start my
ranchu.
presentation?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
whenever
you're
you're ready.
starting? Sorry, Callie. I didn't
know
notice.
it's been up for literally like 5 minutes.
Say something, girl.
I don't know. I forget how boomer you are.
Anyways,
Okay, so my
the
presentation.
most organized crime in the
Most
world.
casual
apparently.
organization.
Yeah,
It's,
the most
it's about
casual organized
Organized
crime
crime.
in the world. I
Rice
want you guys
balls.
to take a guess at what this presentation is about. It's something
Okay, I
you know
really-
about.
Let me get this question
I don't
out
know,
real fast.
FBI.
Is it Bitcoin?
No.
Does the sushi and rice have anything to do with it? Or
Is
is
it?
just-
Is it?
Oh
Is
no,
it?
the theme is only vaguely
Swapping to
related.
get people
Oh.
into cons?
Is it Ponzi schemes?
No.
Oh, okay, that's pyramid. What,
Okay, we give up.
Yeah, whatever. Just go.
Okay, the answer is manga scanlation.
What? Really?
I'm gonna
Okay,
be
I was
talking
kinda
about manga
close.
scanlation.
Okay, I was kind of close.
You
with
were in the right arena, yeah.
Wait, what did you say, Molly?
I said badge swapping.
Oh, you did say that. Okay. Because I heard you say about anime cons, but I didn't hear what you said about it. Okay.
Yo, bad
So-
swapping, that's different.
We're gonna be talking about manga scanlation.
Warren snuck in with my badge before. He busted the Netflix, but with me.
which is a topic I'm very interested in. And do not be
All right.
do not be fooled. Scanning manga and then translating it and releasing it is still piracy, just to be clear. Oh,
Yes, it is.
Would
you're
you
not sure what's-
download an Anime Expo badge?
in case you're not clear what scanlation
Yes.
is, scanlation is a portmanteau of scanning and translation, and it's where you scan manga that's in Japanese and you translate it. You literally do the work of the localizers and just put it out for free on the internet. That's what scanlation is. So, we're gonna be talking about scanlation, everything about it. I actually don't know how familiar you guys are with the process of scanlation. What do you guys know about it? I mean, obviously, I'm sure
You
you've
know,
read manga
you know-
online, but by the way, I said the
Mhm.
reason this is the most casual thing in the world. Every single person who is into
That's-
anime or manga more than just like watching Attack on Titan on Toonami reads scanlations online for free. Like it's like
Oh, most of the official people have done this. Like at
have
some
been
point, too.
scanlators. Yeah, a lot
Yeah.
of people went from being scanlators to actually
Yeah.
being translators. And actually,
working for like
there's a
Viz or
debate.
whoever the fuck.
There's a huge debate within the industry on whether you should say that you've ever done that. But that's a whole other thing. So I mean, you all know about this. I mean, but how familiar are you
Mhm.
with the specifics and the history and everything like that?
I don't know shit. All I did was just read manga because it was fucking free.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I'm sure Manuel barely
this is
reads
it.
manga.
Yeah.
Manuel doesn't
I
read.
I used to read.
He was
manga
reading,
a
like-
lot. No, I used to read.
Manuel
manga a
used
lot.
to read like stone tablets. Remember the fucking Ten Commandments
you.
and shit.
That manga collection I sold mostly. I didn't go all unread. I had too many to read, but I didn't go all unread.
But that's not even scanlation. Okay.
Drink. Oh well, I mean, I bootleg shit like 12 fuck before.
Okay, so
But it's mainly hentai I used to get. I mean, keeping it real, it was mainly
Fuck
hentai I
you.
ever had scanlated because a lot of the shit I wanted to read was just translated.
well,
for
yeah,
real.
hentai is like
All scanlated.
Yeah,
yeah,
isn't
exactly,
hentai
except for,
like mostly
Baku, but
scan
that's
like
yeah.
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 So anyways, I don't remember, by the way, anything about making this presentation, even though it was only a couple hours ago. So it's
I was about to say,
fine.
like, Callie, you did this earlier this morning, like this afternoon.
Yeah, no, I literally made
What
this
was the first
at 4:00. So this is a pop quiz question. When was the first scanlation created and distributed?
Ah, shit.
1950.
Yo,
My other
I don't
twins
know.
still in the microwave.
I don't
Before
know.
manga?
dude, this is weird.
Manga existed back then. Actually, I don't know when manga started.
1996 with Ranma.
1996.
I don't know.
Okay. Anything is Ranma one half?
I don't know.
I'm just
You're
guessing 'cause
actually
sounds
that
about
your
right.
extremely specific guess is actually so fucking close.
Drink. Warren, guess.
What did you say?
Fuck, I
Warren?
don't know, Mac. I don't even fucking. I wouldn't even go. I don't even know what the
Give
fuck
us a
to
number.
say.
Let's do Price is Right rules.
Okay, let's go 19. Let's go at 1989.
1989, and this is Price is Right rules.
Maybe.
So if you go over, you bust.
Okay. Go.
1995.
You said 1995.
Wait, Molly, you did that annoying Price is Right thing. You son of a bastard, Molly, no.
And Manuel, you said what?
I already said 96.
Oh, okay, okay.
I guess I have
Well,
to
you
stick with-
all
I don't have to,
busted
but-
because the answer is the 70s.
Oh,
Actually,
I was
closest. I
closest.
said
You,
50-50.
I
Actually.
know.
Oh,
but
never mind, yeah,
well,
you
it is
did.
still before for manga, kind of, but yeah, you weren't actually that far off. The reason I said you were close,
I
Manuel,
didn't
is
allow it.
because for the 90s, that is 100% true. It was actually Ranma 1/2 was the big thing.
oh shit. But yeah, also, Obama Tezuka did Astro Boy.
Obama.
I can't say Osamu, and I said it perfectly there when I wasn't trying
You
to.
said Osama.
This
That's
said
not right.
Osama.
Osamu.
Wow.
Osamu.
Okay, yeah. So, anyways, just to read what I have on
The
screen.
first ever manga was Astro Boy, which came out in the 50s. By the way.
Okay.
Molly,
Okay.
calm down. You gotta let this go. He also did Kimba the White Lion, which if you watch that really 3-hour-long video where they debunk the whole Kimba Simba thing. Anyways,
Yeah.
that's a good video to watch. I'm not even joking. I watch that a lot when
Yeah,
I'm bored
sure
at
you
night.
do. It's very much in the vein of something you'd watch. So, in the 70s, informal translations, basically scanlations, of Osamu Tezuka's works. It was one specific one, and it wasn't Astro Boy, and I can't remember which work it was. You can
Princess
look it up.
Knight, River no Kishi.
No, I can't remember.
Okay,
Were distributed
anyways.
literally in hard copy, like stapling photocopies together.
Drink.
And actually they were kind of given an informal "that's fine" from Osamu Tezuka himself. And those unofficial translations were then folded into the official, like they were used as a basis for the official release, which is really interesting to me. So let's go through the full history of Scanlation now that we know that it actually has a very long, weird history. So like I said, started in the 70s with literal hard copy physical ones. That was kind of late in the 70s. In the 80s, they were more put into like zines. I always said zines, by the way. Okay, I said zines. All my friends who actually consume zines say zines, and it pisses me off.
Why? It's literally a shortening of
It
magazines.
doesn't make any sense. Okay, zines. I'm gonna say zines.
You don't say
'cause it's
magazines.
I know.
I
and
love reading
believe
this
me, I
magazine.
know. I thought you guys would criticize me for saying zines, so I said okay.
Oh, we get to beat up some people. Callie, come on. Anyways.
So yeah. So actually, in the 80s to early 1990s, they were in zines, and like I said, but they weren't even like. They were literally hard copy. They were like photocopies. It wasn't like they scanned them and yeah. So yeah.
Haven't you ever I don't know if anyone's ever actually went to get real doujinshi from Japan, but like
Oh, they're
there's
like
people,
yeah, they're like
Huh?
very
No.
amateur.
No, I was gonna say, like, a lot of people think that all doujinshi is gonna be nicely printed stuff, but there's most of it is just people just literally like they drew something and they put it on a copy machine. That's what they're selling you. Anyway.
So then in the 90s, specifically like the early to mid 90s, Scanlation as we know it started to take shape. So this happened for the web, like, you know, we all know Scanlation as being part of the web, and obviously it mostly is. And from all of its early life, it all happened on IRC.
Drink. Which is
What do you mean, which is?
no,
The
I was
oldish-
I was gonna say what it was and I forgot what it stood for. Never mind. I wasn't asking you. I was gonna say
I
what
don't know
was,
what
and
it
I realized I
stands for
forgot.
either, but it's like internet chat rooms.
Yeah.
The earliest internet chat rooms. And host on GeoCities a little bit later. And all these were like literal like MS Paint like pieces of shit. But it's like, you know, you
Callie,
take what
don't
you can
really
get.
think.
And at this time, like you said, Manuel, actually it was mostly Rumiko Takahashi manga was like the big thing. And specifically, I think almost all of it was done on this one IRC channel called Manga Scans, which I think is where we started the Scanlation sort of trend. Manga Scans, the people who kind of were active there, spun off into one of the first modern actual Scanlation groups called Manga Project. All right, it's called, okay, I think I have that mixed up. The group is called, oh no, it did spin off into a group called Manga Scans, and then that group spin off into a group called Manga Project.
That's such a cute sushi. Sorry, I'm just laughing about the sushi.
I know, this theme is really cute. But like in the early 2000s, like when I mean early, I mean like 2002 and 2003. Still mostly on IRC. At this point, we're up to like having 15 to 20 chapters released a day, which is pretty good. Good, bad. That's a lot of manga piracy every single day. But obviously at this point, I think they're mostly just playing catch up. You know, it wasn't like they were doing simultaneous release like fucking people do now. And we'll get to that, by the way. We'll talk about that. But about the speed of Scanlations. But so at this point, you know, they're just sort of translating what they can get their hands on. Then 2003, 2002, 2007. This is when we start getting the manga tracking sites. So Baka updates.
Baka updates. I remember that site.
Baka updates is
Baka
still
updates,
the biggest
yes.
manga
Is it
tracker.
still up?
Oh, it's
How?
still the only good manga tracker manual.
I thought they shut it down. I know they shut it down before.
No, Baka Baka updates, or sorry, like the manga section of Baka updates doesn't have anything illegal on it, so they can't shut it down. It's just
Baka
the track
updates itself is gone. Yeah, the anime version.
Yeah,
Closed
yeah,
2016.
But the manga version still totally there, still extremely active, and it basically if you don't know what Baka updates does is, when a Scanlation group releases a chapter, they it announces it on Baka, like on Baka updates. You can see what chapters have been released, and then you can go to the Scanlator site and actually read it. But they don't actually, like, Baka updates doesn't do anything like exactly illegal, so there's nothing to take down.
The OG, the regular Baka updates was totally illegal. It was just
Oh yeah,
anime,
you know, the original
torrents.
Baka updates was light novel translations, which I fully read.
You would drink.
Oh, of course.
I don't know why I said it like that. Like you would.
That's where I
You
read
light novel reader.
my Towaru,
Isekai nonsense.
Majutsu Index, whatever. And I read Haruhi there. I
Every
started
so often,
Bakano there.
every so often, it shows up in our hits, the top 10 like search terms on the A to J YouTube page, and it's body swap because of your body swap manga thingy. So I want to throw that out there. But
Anyways, unrelated. So, and then the aggregator sites. So the aggregator sites are really what like made this a whole fucking thing, because up until this point, it's like, well, how the fuck do I even track this shit? Like, it's just random people on the fucking internet. Like, Google's even barely a thing at this point. You know, it's impossible to fucking find this shit if you just don't know. I mean, that's why the IRC chats existed. You would go on the IRC chat and the people would be like, here's where you can find the manga.
drink. I just cracked my neck, and I wish I would have done it to the mic because it cracked
you
like
fucked
8
up.
times. Out of it, I did it, and it cracked a lot. I was like, God damn it! I should have leaned forward when I did that.
So during this period, we again doubled the number of chapters per day. We're up to 50 chapters. Okay. Then, do you guys remember the late 2010s? What happened? It was the U.S. anime boom. Huge boom. At this point,
Thanks, I hate it.
At this point, LiveJournal and forums were kind of much more were really quite popular ways of distributing for Scanlators to get out there around, because, you know, until this point they were on IRCs. Now they do it via LiveJournal and forums that you literally had to sign up on the forum to get to the download link for the manga chapter. And like some of them would have rules like, oh, don't upload this on an aggregate site or whatever, but usually it wasn't followed. And at this point, we finally reach 100 chapters a day, which is a fucking lot of manga. So, I don't go much far past this, because at this point, it's kind of what it is today. We'll talk about it a little bit more, but basically in 2010 is when the actual companies started taking action. 2010 to now. They actually...
Well, I don't know much about the Scanlation scene. Is this similar to the fan subbing scene? Because it's always like the fan subbing motto where like you're supposed to like delete it all once they stop once they release something official, regardless if it's good or not. You're supposed to just like, okay, everyone, we're closing all our torrents. Nobody
that's
uses
still
it anymore.
thing.
That's
It's
definitely not a thing
that's,
anymore.
that's what, that was the old days.
Anime subs are barely a thing anymore because they're not necessary.
Yeah, but that was the old days. I remember there's tons of
Well-
fan subs that are better than the official stuff, and I think I have like the only surviving copies because I never deleted anything.
It's
And
it's interesting that you bring that up, Manuel, because that is totally exactly what I mean, okay, so here's the thing. Even up until this day, a lot of groups do follow that rule. A lot of groups, if a manga gets published, they're like, we're not going to continue this. Please go buy the, just like, we're not going to continue. Just go buy
the
it.
stuff.
Yeah. This is that a lot of Scanlators do that to this day, but it is definitely a minority. So the switch, so actually that kind of line, that ethics, that line of thinking, really fell out of favor in the mid 2000s, when the old guard, like the IRC days, sort of graduated out of it, and it was all these new people who grew up on aggregate sites, just like constant, manga getting thrown at them, and they're like, why should I have to? I mean, no, I can't pay for this. No, give me all the manga for free. I don't care if it's licensed or not. And also at this point,
pay for my hobby.
well, I mean, to
Sorry.
be fair, I mean, up until the mid 2000s, up until like 2009. There weren't any official releases. Like, it wasn't even a rule that really had to be enforced that much because there weren't that many official releases. And then in 2009, that's when, like, Tokyo Pop kicked it into the fucking gear and shit
Oh my god, I'm gonna start about Tokyo
Oh,
Pop.
Tokyo Pop.
By the way, they're back. Tokyo Pop is, well, you know that, Manuel, but Tokyo Pop is
What?
fully back.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
They're totally back, and like, yeah, but they still do the mostly, what do they call it, OEM or whatever? Half of, like, 90% of what they do is just English shit. And
yeah,
then,
it's weird. It's really weird. Anyways, so yeah, so basically in the 2010s, that's when they started, when they, like, up until this point, it was fully free range. Like, there was no intervention from companies and actual
Chicken.
distributors at all. But then in the 2010s, obviously things change. Nowadays, actually, well, the very first company to do this, the very first company to actually release chapters for pretty much free online, updated, like pretty close to the simultaneous release, was Crunchyroll, actually. Not really surprising to me. Huh?
Really?
No, it's funny.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I never watched. I never visited Crunchyroll, like, pretty much ever, to be honest, even like to this day. But
Weird.
is it true that they used to be an illegal site at one point too?
Yeah, I do believe that is true.
People always
actually.
say that.
Yeah,
People
no.
always say that, but I don't know.
No, I
And
believe
hear
that's true. They just like Faku, they started as an illegal site.
Well, Faku, I know that because I went to Faku, but like, but Crunchyroll, it's funny because I think Crunchyroll, they will deny it, even though apparently this is verifiable easily. But
Yeah,
that's just
I've
kinda-
heard
I mean,
that as well.
I never cared
I'm pretty
enough,
sure that's true.
But anyways,
and
I
by the
never
way,
looked
that's
at one
that's
either.
actually not that strange of a pattern. We'll talk about it, but
Faku.
like Scanlation and illegal shit, like trying to legitimize themselves. It's actually not that strange. It's happened a few times. So yeah, Crunchyroll, not really in this presentation because it's not manga, but yeah, they did that. So another quiz question. Oh my god, what happened? Weird. Okay.
Wait, did you scan shit?
Huh? Oh yeah. So what year did I become involved in Scanlation?
Wait, how old are you?
Right now I'm 25.
Okay, let me figure that out.
I fan subbed a couple episodes of Mermaid Melody.
2011.
2011. Okay.
Oh, that's cute.
Why did
Hey,
you
I
ask
wonder
my
if I've
age?
seen
What
them.
age did you think I was at 2011?
15.
15. Okay.
Am I right? No,
I'm gonna guess 2010.
2010. So 14.
Cat Molly, you did it again.
No, that wasn't. That's honestly because I think she was 4.
I
All
know,
right.
but you did it again.
We're gonna go 13.
You're that
13?
person.
Okay.
It's that person who's like, what did the person before me say? That you say 100 to screw me over.
The answer might surprise you. The answer is
It's
2007 when I was
Oh.
12.
We're close.
Wait, what would you say? I called you Molly, Warren. What did you
He
say?
said
Warren?
13.
I said
Oh,
13.
okay.
I became a volunteer for a group, and actually a year later I started my own Scanlation
Callie,
group, and I
why
had my
are you
own
third
Scanlation
person?
Aw,
group
that's
for
so
like 5
cute.
years. I was in charge of other people. I was in charge of like
Yeah.
25-year-olds.
Mr. Taco said it too. That was me who said it on my own, by the way. Why are you talking about stuff in third person?
I
When
mean,
Callie was 12, she became a volunteer. She founded her own scatter group.
I mean,
only
it's just
a year
I
later.
didn't say. I mean, whatever. I didn't say it like that out loud.
Someone add this to Callie's Wikipedia to calliepedia.com or whatever.
Don't. I believe that the fact that I participated in Scanlation is a cancelable offense. I don't think it's a good
You
thing.
would never do that. I read
But I did
manga
learn a
online,
lot of
but I only buy
Photoshop
if I
from it.
really like
I'm actually like a Photoshop whiz because of this. Specifically.
wait. All right, it's time to get a whole bunch of manuals, like deleted messages, and say some absurd ass shit, so
Wait,
you
what
can
do you-
stop it.
The fuck? Why picking on me?
Anyways.
I love you,
So
Manu.
let's talk about how actually how Scanlation happens. This is kind of just more the technical, like literally what happens. So there's
shit.
there's 7 positions in a Scanlation group. There could be more if you're fucking weird, but this is the 7 that you like always see. There's the raw provider, the translator, the proofreader, the cleaner, the redrawer, the typesetter, and the quality checker. So raw provider, we'll just go through them. And by the way,
Drake,
this is
what
just
kind
a
of sushi-
sample. This in the bottom.
What
I'll
kind of
just,
sushi is the quality checker?
I don't know.
I've never seen sushi like that.
Isn't that row?
That's like rabbit ears though. What is that? It's like tied with. Anyways,
It's just like a little decorative thing. So in the bottom left, that's just a random. Every fucking manga chapter you'll ever read will have a credits page at the end. It'll look something like that. I just grabbed a random one. So the raw provider, quite literally. I mean, okay, so there's actually a bunch of different ways that you can actually like scan the raws.
Okay.
The best
yeah,
way to do it
cover that.
is you take a fucking box cutter to the manga.
Yes.
And you cut out the
That's what I was
spine, you cut
gonna
out each
ask.
individual page, and you scan each individual page. That's how you're gonna get the highest quality. They're still gonna look like this, by the way. This is considered a high quality scan.
It looks so
Hmm.
bad.
Yeah, well, we're gonna go into.
That's why we got
process.
the cleaners.
That's why we got this
You
whole
can
fucking
see-
process.
You can see the other panel.
Yeah, this is a high quality scan.
You can see through it.
It turns
No,
out
Manuel, this is pretty high fucking quality,
it
my
turns
guy.
out,
Have you seen
Manuel,
some
that
other shitty ass
manga
scans?
is actually a pulp fiction, so it's not printed very well.
Oh
the
yeah,
shit
by
we
the
get
way.
here is printed so much better than the shit that's printed.
No, I
in
was gonna say.
Japan.
By the way, speaking of that, if you ever think manga's really expensive here, it is. In Japan, most mangas like $3 to $4.
Yeah,
they're
$5.
smaller though.
It's $5.
But yeah, $3 to $5. That's more accurate. It's smaller and it's thinner, but yeah, and I prefer that anyway because if you want so many of them, you can't just like keep trying. Oh, Molly, your hair is like what happened?
She can't hear us.
Molly put her hair down.
She looks like a different person.
I think it looks good.
Snorted,
It's got
that's
good
how funny
volume
this
to it.
is. I know.
And
Oh my god, I'm choking, Molly. Your hair's killing me.
it looks nice, Molly.
Kelly,
Don't
keep
let.
going.
I don't know why I
Hey, your
said
hair
that
looks
to myself.
nice. It's just really funny. Anyways, Molly. I mean, Kelly. Keep going.
So next thing, obviously, translator. They just write out the script as it occurs, and they put fucking translation notes in it that are stupid, and the typesetter is stupid enough to put them in the fucking final release. Pisses me off sometimes. Anyways, by the way,
Well, I
you
think sometimes translator notes are helpful if
Well,
it's
they
like
are.
explaining something.
but
Mm.
they don't happen so much anymore. But for like 7 years, half of translation notes were like, "OMG, so cute!" Like literally commenting on the manga. And
You
it
ever
wasn't just
see-
translation notes; it was also typesetters would also like throw their own fucking shit in there.
Have you ever watched this? Happened more in older fan subs. You ever watch an old fan sub that has
No.
like a long sub and then translator notes, and the whole thing is like taken up by dialogue? I mean, I could literally find.
I mean,
screens of
yes,
this.
I've seen this.
It's ridiculous.
So
Anyways,
So anyways, translator translates. While the translator is translating, while the translator is translating, the cleaner comes in, and the cleaner makes it look like that nice high contrast thing that you see on the web.
Mm-hmm.
And that's mostly it's generally speaking not too difficult because it's mostly fixed with levels. But it does get very tricky when, for instance, the raw provider didn't slice it open and they just laid the book on it, so there's like
Oh,
warping
yeah,
and
that-
stuff. It gets very complicated. By the way, I started out as a cleaner and then became a typesetter when I was scanlating. By the way,
What's your group called?
I'm not telling you. That is information I will never tell you.
Damn.
Because you can still
Remember she
go
said
and
she's
read
not
the
proud
manga
of
that I
it.
scanlated.
Callie, is there a way to do it though? If they didn't slice it open and they just
Oh yeah.
Oh.
The warp tool will fix it, but the problem is that when the page comes up from the scanner, it's way blurrier. So you have to like go in there and often manually. It's usually just like the ends of boxes. You have to go in there and manually redraw the ends of the boxes, which actually makes me come to the redrawers, who, I don't know if this is a controversial opinion. I've never talked to anyone about it, but these people are the highest skilled part of the whole process. In fact, most scanlators don't even have redrawers because it is so much extra effort and it takes so much time. And it's exactly
People get paid for this, or is it just
no, it's totally free. Everything I'm saying here is free.
I mean,
It's a labor of love. That's all it is.
Yeah. Because it's like, I like this manga and I want to be able to read it. But actually, by the way, in the process of like scanlating it, you see it so often that you're not even reading it. It kind of takes the fun out of it. You don't really end up liking the series anymore. Oh, burping.
You are a burp, Callie.
But anyways, so redrawers do exactly what it sounds like. They literally take out the text that was there and draw the shit that was underneath it. So like basically this is what the original paper draft of the paper would look like. And it's so much fucking work. Yeah.
do they do the whole thing, or will they just like redraw parts of it?
Depends. For instance, what it used to be the case, this is not the case anymore, really. But when I was a scanlator, the position of redrawer really didn't exist. The cleaner had to do it. And often the cleaner and the typesetter were the same person. So 3 of these like 5 jobs were the same fucking person. Actually, there's only 4 necessary, well, 5 necessary jobs in the whole process. Which is raw provider, translator, cleaner, typesetter. So I guess that's 4. So that used to only be 4 parts of this whole process, but then it just got more complicated because the demand, the quality expectation got a lot higher. So what used to happen is when the cleaner and the typesetter were the same person, I did this. What I did was I put the text on the page, and anything that was still showing, I erased. Which you could cover up a lot with like a thick stroke on the line, on the text. But anyways, so yeah. Then there's the typesetter, which is the person who actually puts the text on the page. There's a lot of art and nuance to this, especially because the way that manga is written is like vertical, right? And we're horizontal, so it is fucking difficult, nigh impossible, depending on the author, to fucking fit the text in the fucking bubble. So annoying. Anyways, I just found this random graphic that's like, oh, common typesetting faux pas. And by the way, if you're curious, I don't know how much of the case this is anymore, but it used to be that every scanlation done for like 10 years, and it still seems to be the case, there's only like 3 different fonts that they use. They use like Wild Words, Anime Ace, and like some other one is mentioned in here that I've never heard of. That must be the new one. But when I first started, we were using Anime Ace. Then we moved to Wild Words. And it just depends. Every group has like a style guide that they want everyone to follow. So they'll like give you the style guide and be like, we typeset our manga in Wild Words or whatever. So okay. And as far as actually like releasing the manga, there's actually quite a few ways to do this. So there's private distribution only, which includes like back in the day, like, oh, you had to sign up for the forum in order to download the manga, and then it says like do not repost, and everyone reposted anyways. Nowadays, and this is fucking morally reprehensible to me. Nowadays, there's a lot of scan groups that have Patreons.
What? Really?
Yeah, and so there's quite a few of them that release the chapters on their Patreon. Now, that said, they say that it's just to pay for the raw, but like at a certain point that just can't be. If you have enough people contributing to your Patreon, that's just not true anymore. Because raws are really not that expensive. But yeah, so a lot of groups these days have Patreons, especially if they're smaller groups or like a single person. I've seen quite a few single person groups that have Patrons. The other option is to release exclusively on your website. There are still groups that do this. Actually, there have always been groups that like said like you cannot repost this manga chapter outside of our website. But until pretty recently, comparatively, there was really no way to enforce this. What changed is that what was the name of the website? So now it's a website called MangaDex, but before MangaDex there was a different site that I just can't Baka Manga, something like that. There was a website, and basically what happened is it's an aggregator site, but it's an aggregator site where they respect the wishes of the scanlators. So what happens is a lot of scanlators say you can only post on MangaDex or whatever. And then what happened now these days is that every other manga aggregator site pretty much pulls its manga directly from MangaDex. The one that used to be this was Manga Fox, and then Manga Fox got shut down, and all the scalators moved to, or Manga Fox got shitty.
Well, Manga Fox, like the thing itself, I think even if scanlators were still doing it, if something was licensed, Manga Fox wouldn't have it on there.
In its later days, that did happen, yeah. Eventually, Manga Fox got taken down entirely, and that was part of the 2010, like, distributors, anyways. But then all this, but they didn't follow really any of those scanlator rules or anything. They didn't follow any rules, but eventually some of the actual distributors started pulling manga off of Manga Fox. Then I said, then we started moving to this age where they respected the scanlators' wishes, and the site itself built an API where other manga sites could pull from them, like they had been stealing from Manga Fox. So basically there have always been tons of different manga aggregator sites that always just pull from the most popular one, and then I don't understand why anyone uses all the other ones, to be perfectly honest. It seems really stupid to me. Oh yeah, let me use this like fourth party site that's gonna get the manga later, and worse quality, with more ads and more like viruses. I've never understood it. Like Manga Rock was one of those. Manga Rock was like the most popular manga site. It was literally, they just pulled manga off of Manga Fox. I still don't understand why so many people used it. But anyways. Nowadays it's MangaDex, which by the way is down right now, which is making me upset. But
like down temporarily or down because of shutdown?
It didn't get shut down. It got hacked. So since February, they've been updating their API to not get hacked. So it didn't get shut down, but it is down. But it's been down for a while now. And because MangaDex is the site that so many groups that was their site, that was the aggregate site. Like half of the manga that were getting updated regularly are not getting updated at all because those groups only posted to MangaDex. So it instead of finding a new way to post, they just stopped posting. So
Yikes.
The amount of manga that's getting scalated right now is like a fraction of what it was before February 2021 because of this shutdown.
Wait, I'm sorry, what just shut down? I'm sorry.
So there's one site, the manga site of the moment is called MangaDex.
Yeah.
And all of the scanlators, so I said release into the wild, that just means they post on their site and there's a download link and then people can do whatever they want with it.
Yeah.
The last one is to post to aggregate sites directly. So what the scanlators would do is they would post, the only place that they would post their chapter was on MangaDex. And then MangaDex kind of controlled the API in a various ways so that other sites couldn't pull from it, and it was I could get into it, but so MangaDex went down. A bunch of scanlators just stopped releasing. So like I said, there's been a fraction of releases since February of 2021 because MangaDex shut down.
Wait, completely forever?
No, not forever. They're just updating the website, but it's taking them a while.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, wait, no, that's where I had my kept.
Yeah,
how I know I meant.
You can get. By the way, you can get access to your list right now. What I need to do is I need to go through and screenshot my full list in case it goes down again. Yeah, I really need to do that actually. Because what happened is when I started using Mangadex, and Mangadex was such a great site that I stopped tracking my manga on Baka updates, and then Mangadex went down like I fucking knew it would eventually, and I lost my list of manga that I was reading, which was fucking annoying.
Rip.
Yeah. So, anyways, but it's kind of back up. You can get your list now, but you can't read any. You can kind of read manga on it, but you can't read new manga on it. Next page. Okay. Let's talk about this. So basically, in the 2010s-ish, there started this phenomenon called speed scanners, and this was essentially the practice of get the manga out there as fast as possible. We don't care about quality. Okay. And it sucked. It's like this shitty fucking Fruits Basket Scanlation here. It was mostly very bad. Like machine translated MS Paint bullshit. It was bad in every respect. And then something kind of interesting happened, which was this website. Specifically, I believe that these people, that Manga Stream was the first one to do it, which was Manga Stream were speed scanners, but theirs were super high quality. And they did basically most of Shonen Jump, or if not all of Shonen Jump, and they would release it the day after Shonen Jump came out in Japan.
Jeez, that's quick.
And the speed scanner thing, where it really crosses every fucking line in existence, is that nowadays, what happens is that bootleggers in usually China will scan the manga days before it's released to the public. So the Scanlators end up putting out their translations before it's released in Japan. This happens to all of the Shonen Jump manga these days. It fucking sucks. Because, like, then it trends on Twitter, and you're like, what? Like, literally, it's like this fucking literal spoiler for this fucking chapter that hasn't even come out yet. Which is, like, crosses every fucking line imaginable. It's insane. By the way, now you can read Shonen Jump manga on the day it comes out for free legally on the Shonen Jump website. I don't understand. So it's insane. So basically, because Shonen Jump started releasing their manga for free when it comes out, that's why the speed scanners are like, well, we need to do it a day early. Frustrating. This is my last slide. Any comments, questions?
Oh, this one?
Yeah, I didn't have an end.
A closing slide.
I don't
Wait,
have.
how do they get access to the pages before it's out again?
So the bookstores get the shipments, you know.
Oh, and then they'll scanlate it.
Yeah. Someone in the bookstore will just like steal it. And scan
Funny.
it.
They'll
Like,
figure,
this is
they'll
mild-
figure.
This is mildly unrelated, but it's somewhat related. I mentioned this before, but like in China, you can actually get like pretty much everything official. They even have like animates there and stores like that. But for some reason, it's cheaper, and it's not an exchange rate thing. It's just cheaper, and it's cheaper in like Taiwan or Taiwan more specifically. But still, I just find that amazing. That like if you ever go to either or you go to both on the same trip, like I've done a couple times, it's like just buy all your anime stuff in Taiwan. It's way cheaper, and it's the exact same shit.
Also, Callie, I'm on Mangadex right now, and it's up.
No, it's kind of up. It's not like there's no new chapters.
Molly, fact checking.
Oh, okay.
And that site that you're looking at is like the alpha of their mobile site. Like that's where we're at right now.
Huh.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, it is. Everything was 3 months ago.
Yeah.
I literally said Molly is fact checking Malian.
Mally.
Wow. Not close on any level.
I called her Mally. Yes. Oh, Mally. Anyways, now, is that a real thing? Sorry, I'm reading some things about like, or pay $3 a month and get access to a huge vault of manga. Is there actually like a manga sub service? I remember even when Viz might have changed it, but Viz gave us like kind of like, it's hilarious because nobody wanted to review the manga, but Viz gave us access to this crazy catalog. And TLDR, when we did a few reviews, but I was talking to the one girl who was doing some reviews for us at the time, and she was telling me that if you had subbed to like their manga service, like their like Crunchyroll of manga, that you didn't get all the stuff that we were getting as a reviewer. Like they had this that was free, kind of like if you go to Amazon Prime Video, and then these, if you want, they're premium and you pay more. And I'm like, that's bullshit.
I don't know. I don't
That's
know.
like- that's
Which
like- that's
service
why
are you
people
talking?
scam
Which
late.
service are you talking about?
It's Viz. Viz is whatever they called it. I don't know
No,
what they called
that's
it.
definitely not the case anymore. They did Viz.
But yeah, this was like 5 years ago.
Yeah, yeah,
so I'm
yeah.
not sure.
So
like, if that's
they
changed.
did have a really fucky system. I will admit that. And they also did this thing where you could only read like the last 3 chapters or something. It was really fucky. But now they do it exactly like every other like scan site. You just literally, I think maybe you need an account. I have a subscription to Shonen Jump. It's literally like $3 or a month or something. It's stupid, maybe even less than that. It's stupid cheap. And you can read every Shonen Jump manga, every Shoujo Beat manga, like ever, not ever, but like recent years in its entirety. There's a weird limit. Well, I understand why they have this, but there's
One
a weird
Piece.
limit where you can only read like 75 chapters a day. And the reason for that is so that you don't just pass out your password. But obviously, I've never even come close to hitting that. Like,
Oh, I was gonna make fun of the fact that Callie's hitting that limit several
no,
times.
I know
I'm like,
someone
Callie,
who
calm
would though,
down.
and she was complaining about it. But then I was like, well, we'll just share my account too, and she's like, oh, okay, I guess. If she ever did, she never hit that limit, by the way. But
70 chapters a day? Jeez.
yeah,
I've
just
read
so
a
you
lot
don't
of
share your
chapters in one
password.
day, but never hit
makes
the
sense.
limit.
I think that makes sense.
That's so funny. There's a limit.
I mean, that's kind of smart, not gonna lie.
Yeah, I think it's smart because what happened is a lot of people were complaining about the system, and then they're like, fine, we'll change it, and they finally did, and they were kind of reluctant about it. They really didn't want to change it, but I remember the press release from the Shueisha editor in chief or whatever. That happened in like maybe like 16. So it's been a while now.
I went up to 100. Wait, are you serious? Did they let you keep reading? Lesson said it went to 100 a day. Wait, how do you even read 100 chapters a day? That's like,
I
I
know
mean,
someone
it's
who reads
possible.
really fast. Yeah.
but that's several months. Oh, have you ever? I've never seen anyone actually do this. So it's crossing into kind of borderline stereotype territory. But I remember when I was reading about like how Japanese people actually consume manga, and one thing they mentioned is like when they get a Shonen Jump, they like read it on the train ride home, basically, which is why you find them all like abandoned on trains. And like they were showing it was a documentary, by the way. They were showing this video where they just turn the page. I
know someone who reads like that.
Huh?
I know someone who reads manga like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've never met anyone like that.
No, yeah.
And
Sarah, my friend Sarah, who does do double dorks with, she reads manga like that.
oh my god, that's so weird.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
A lot of times, depending on the manga, it really doesn't take that long to read a page.
I don't know. Like maybe I just come from
I'm
boomer
a-
days when I would pay so much money for a manga. It's like I'm getting my money out of this. It cost me $10.
By the way, I've been out of drink for a long time. I've been faking drinking, so I'm not gonna put up with this shit anymore.
Callie, come on.
I don't have any more. I don't have any more Pepsi.
Callie's
Duckies?
presentation so far has been the longest.
Yeah, it was.
Oh
the
yeah, we
longest.
should stop now. Actually,
I didn't think it was gonna be
Okay,
so long.
I
But...
think it's the end. I actually did rush through mine.
That's fun, though.
Actually, I rushed through mine, but then I slowed down because I realized I was rushing. I was
This is random,
rushing
by the way.
like
Okay.
a Russian.
2 things really quick about my
bad joke.
presentation. One, I got most of this information from a website called. Oh no, I'm forgetting the name. Oh no, I'm forgetting the name.
I thought the site was called Oh No. I'm like, wait.
Okay, well, but while I'm looking it up, the other thing is that both me and Sarah actually started reading manga on this website called One Manga, which was basically the first aggregation site, essentially. And One Manga was literally a website that had a drop down at the very top that had every single manga they had on it, and you just had to scroll through the drop down to find the manga you wanted to read.
That's mildly annoying.
Oh, it was very annoying. It was extremely annoying. But like, this was the first manga aggregator site. They didn't know what to do. It was just made by one guy. And that one manga like changed everything. Like one manga like single-handedly. Like,
One Manga.
It's called One Manga. One Manga.
Mildly, yeah.
Yeah, it was a big fucking deal. I mean, like that's how everyone read manga at the time. I was gonna say, okay, the website that I got almost all this information on it's called Inside Scanlation, and Inside Scanlation is a website that documents the history of Scanlation, which is very interesting to me and very nostalgic. By the way, I should note that my Scanlation group operated on forums. That's how old my Scanlation group is. That is not
You're
even in the
old.
first. It's not even in like the last 2 stages that we've been in. That's how long I've been doing this shit.
It's funny.
By the
'cause
way, I
I'm
don't
very
Scanlane
anti-
anymore. I haven't done that in
I'm-
like 10 years.
Wait, in 10 years? So when you stopped when you were like 14?
I stopped
Or
when
15.
I I stopped when I graduated high school, pretty much.
Compliment check.
So 2014.
Who we
Lauren,
complimented chick.
I
Thank you,
like your
Callie.
butt.
I'm glad that you're back. We miss you.
Oh yeah, we missed you, Callie. We actually
Wait, hold up. Callie doesn't like Okay,
no. That
fuck you,
reminds me of that one-
Manuel.
No, that reminds me of that one time when you were complimenting Callie. You're like, Callie, it's like you're actually a really valuable. You were saying something like this, like something genuine, like you're a really valuable member. Really, really appreciate what you do around here. Then you're like, wait, never mind, Callie, you're a horrible person. And he started talking shit to her, and I'm like, Warren, stop. That wasn't that long ago. It was only like 10, 20 episodes.
I should know
ago.
that manga is so important to the history of Scanlation that it's like one of the only single websites that's mentioned. Like it's the only aggregator site pretty much that's mentioned that has its own like byline. So One Manga was founded in 2006. In 2007 is when I started Scanlating.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm
else-
done.
Molly, your hair looks nice. When we were watching the Paipai opening, where the chick was doing this to her hair while she was looking in the compact, I was like, oh look, it's Molly, because you play with your hair a lot.
I do.
So I was just like,
No, yeah, I totally forgot that you kind of just like twirl.
a
Yeah,
lot.
it's an ADHD thing for me.
Aw.
Stimming.
Mhm.
Timmy?
We miss you too, Molly. Welcome
Stimming.
back. It's nice to see your
Oh.
face.
Well, Molly has been gone longer. Yeah, longer because we skipped the week.
Yeah,
she wasn't
it's like every other week for
yeah,
Molly.
that was the
Yes.
week that I couldn't do it, and then it turned out no one else could also. So, yeah, well, it turned out everyone kind of could have. I should have just tried harder because Callie thought she was doing it. Remember, you thought you were doing it up until the day before because we didn't tell you. Oops.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I thought there was gonna be an episode. I was like, okay, and then it wasn't. I was like, oh sweet, I get more time in my
Which
day.
was fine. Yeah. That was Miku Expo. I remember that for reasons, but yeah, that was Miku Expo day though. Anyway,
Oh yeah, there was an online Miku
Um,
Expo.
I won the popular vote. Not that matters. I left I heated up both glizzies. I mean, I made the glizzies in the oven, but I heated up both of them, and the other
And
one's
they
still
were
sitting on.
they were wrapped in uncooked bacon.
They were not. I tried to keep showing you, but nobody cared about my glizzy anymore after Callie like was mean
Yeah,
to
because
it.
it looked gross.
You only saw like a. I didn't even show you the part I was trying to show you. What I was trying to show you was that the hot dog had cooked fine, but then when I put it in the microwave to reheat it, it had exploded, and that's what I was trying to show you actually when I put the
It
hot
did
dog up. Because
It really exploded.
It did this at the end. You know, like hot dogs do that if you leave them in the microwave too long.
Yeah,
some of them
I don't know
do.
what that has to do with the uncooked bacon, but
The bacon was cooked. That was just the fatty side. I should have flipped the thing
No.
over for you, but
I
nobody
know
cared
what
anymore.
bacon looks like.
Why? It's because your family is
Because-
like wild
oh man, have I
boars
ever
in
told you
Europe.
guys the top 5 things in the universe? Number 1. I always the number 1 slot shuffles around in my brain, but number 1, dogs. Number 2, chocolate. Number 3, bacon. Number 4, cheese. Number 5, friendship.
So, a friendly dog with chocolate, bacon, cheese. I don't know.
Is that supposed to be something you eat?
No,
You
I
eat
mean
the
you
dog.
eat-
That negates
No.
everything else.
No, I mean you eat the 3 while you're there with the friendly dog.
Yeah, sure. Actually, when I went to pick up the glizzy, there was this really cute dog, not on a leash, very elderly dog that was just chilling in the restaurant. And I was like, I kept looking at it. I'm like, love that dog. And I even like I picked up the food from the guy, and I was like, that's a great dog over there. And I think that someone just came in and left the dog there because the employees seemed very perplexed by it. I thought it was gonna be one of the employees' dogs, but they kind of looked over at it and didn't respond to me. So I think it was just someone left their dog there,
Oh my God, what the fuck is
which
this right
No.
bummed
now?
me out.
There's this cafe. It's a chain. It's a mini chain. Only exists in Ximending and in Taipei, but it has a dog as its logo, like a dog chef as its it's a boba place actually, to be more accurately, but I guess they have tea there too. But depending on, it's kind of a hunt because there's like 5 of them and they exist like in this one like little mini city kind of. I don't know how to describe it. And if you're lucky, the one you chose to go to has the dog in it. And it's like this really friendly like Labrador Retriever mix. It looks like a Labrador Retriever, but it's huge. It looks like a Saint Bernard big, but it's a Labrador Retriever. And it's like it just like
I want to pet that dog.
I don't mean that
Takes
it's
a pet
so
like
friendly
no
and it's like,
problem.
yeah. Like I'm big. It's
That's
like,
a good
yeah.
dog right there.
Yeah, I love that
It's a
dog.
good
I've been
dog.
lucky. Yeah, I've been lucky that I think and there was one time when I was walking with a friend and we looked because one of them was on the second story and we looked up and we saw the dog like it's like butt like because it was like leaning in the window and we saw it. We're like the dog's in this one and we like ran to that one.
Should we finish off the episode? What's going on with AJ this week?
Yeah, let's finish it up. So let's maybe before we do the updating things, I'll just mention because I never mentioned this in the episode, and I'm sobering up a little. I'm gonna get mad drunk again, so we finish this so early. But
Before 10.
But sub to us here, follow us here, like, comment, subscribe on YouTube, and do all that good shit. Patreon.com/DJ Connections if you want to support us at all. Easiest way to support us is just to keep watching our shit. That's the long and the short of it. And yeah, that's it for the plugs. Shout out to Ed, Kenneth, and Joshua, our current patrons, and shout out to everyone who watched. But anyway,
Mega shout out.
Mega shout out in the glizzy. I don't know why I said. I just love the word glizzy.
In the glizzy dizzy.
In the glizzy dizzy. Yeah, this was a fun one. It was fun and it was short.
Which is good.
Yeah,
I feel like
and
mine
we
went on
started
for too
late.
long.
Huh?
I feel like mine
It's
went on
okay.
for too
No,
long.
yours is interesting though.
it
It's
was
okay. It was fun.
You weren't Pleiades too long because every so often Pleiades goes on like where I feel like I'm like Pleiades. And he's even admitted to it, which I'm like, why are you doing it then? Where like even he's kind of like, I was kind of done like 10 minutes ago, but I kept going. And I'm like, then why didn't you stop? Like I noticed. I thought you didn't. I didn't want to be rude, you know? And be like, okay, Pleiades, you're not bringing information anymore. Anyways, it was fun. And I guess Pleiades isn't showing up.
Oh yeah, you think?
That's the funny thing. Like we legit were waiting for him for a while. Like we could have started 5 or 10 minutes earlier.
Probably
We
more
were
than
waiting for him because we thought he was gonna be here. I guess he did tell us. I think it was someone's birthday, and yeah, oops.
That's on y'all. I wasn't there.
Or maybe this was his anniversary. I don't remember anymore.
Maybe it
But,
was. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that was kind of weird. I thought it was.
I was hoping we were gonna plug a bit more about our D&D group that we're starting, or D&D podcast.
I mean, you can do that right now.
Oh, okay. Let's do that right now. What is it, Manuel? I don't know shit, even though I'm on it.
What the fuck? Most of this has been me and you talking. We're talking about doing a D&D podcast. Hopefully it'll be ADJ separate. We'll probably stream here on everyone else's channels. We might do a round robin thing just for fun, but I still think it'll be its own thing. And we want to start a D&D podcast. It'll be like we wanted to call it No to.
Are we gonna rebrand it?
No, we wanted to call it No to Vaxxers Allowed, but then we're scared that might come off as racist.
I mean, it
I
is
don't
fucking
mean that as a
racist.
joke. I don't mean that as Manuel saying everything's racist, but there is a legitimate discussion. This is a real thing, by the way. I'm not like making this up. There's a legitimate discussion in the TTRPG scene that like non-human races are POC, and typically that's evil races. But just I don't want to get mixed up in that, even though. By the way, evil races. But I don't want to get mixed up in that by saying no.
We
to
know what you
Vaxxers
mean,
allowed.
Manuel.
I know. It's like you racist. How dare you? How dare you like colonize? I'm just kidding. Anyways, but I do think it'll be funny because that's how the whole thing started. Because we were ragging on people who like tabaxis. And by the way, for those who don't know, tabaxis are the cat people. So yeah, if you want to run a campaign where evil tabaxis are like running the world and we're fighting them, then hit us up. We're looking for a DM. We're looking for like 2 people actually. I think. Molly, join us. Callie, join us. There you
No.
go. 2 people. No, Callie, you don't even play D&D, do you?
No, I don't play D&D.
Callie don't
I
want
was gonna
to.
say,
She only
only
likes to make
Callie
the
even
figures.
plays.
Remember?
Wait, what'd you say?
Her friend asked. Remember, her friend asked to make a figure, and then Callie said, "Yeah," and then that's it. That's as far. That's as close as D&D.
Oh yeah,
Callie's willing
I
to
even
get.
asked Callie to do a figure. I haven't even like done the drawing part of it yet though. So yeah.
I don't know when I would have time to do that, to be honest.
Well, it's not even like, Callie, do this tomorrow, or we're not friends anymore. You probably just block me then. But that'd be really funny if I did that. But yeah, that's that. Hopefully, and I'm always in the mindset that let's just do it and work out the kinks as we go along. So it'll probably be a shit show for the
Yeah.
first couple weeks. But hopefully we'll get started very soon. So you might see this like probably not next week, but hopefully within 2 or 3 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
If you guys want me, if you need a DM, I guess I'll just
jump
do
into
the
it.
thing that I wanted to do.
Yeah, I just want to jump into it and then we'll just figure it out because the planning will just go on forever if we just keep planning. You know, just gotta find a few more people. Anyways.
Yep, you're right. Anyways,
Molly,
I'm not streaming Monday, so
Oh, you're not streaming Monday?
yeah, no Monster Monday because my brother's getting. I have to do some more Hmong wedding stuff for my brother on Monday.
Molly, he's playing Amnesia without you.
I'll watch.
I'm like
We were
halfway through. Okay,
Yeah,
I don't know
we
what the
were
hell
making
I'm
We
doing.
were making fun of Warren because you kept bringing up that we should play Amnesia for Halloween, and we
I
never
forgot
did.
that you did, and everyone's just like, "Remember when Molly?" I was like, "No, I
Yeah,
don't."
and
And
then,
I sat there, and I was like,
I thought I was the
I
first
sat
one
there and I was like,
when I jumped in the chat, everyone's like, yeah.
that's-
You can
So I
play
was
in
like,
VR
wait a
too, I
minute.
That game is
Mind
hella
you, I was
scary,
involved
yo.
with ignoring Molly's suggestion too, but still, like, I didn't play it later on.
We should all do
So
a
we all
VR
game's
ignored
still-
Molly
that-
for
meetup.
Halloween, and then Warren played it. Huh?
We should
Do
all
a VR chat meetup would be
chat.
so tight.
We should do a VR chat podcast.
How do we? I don't need a VR thingy. Do I just?
You
don't need a
actually
VR
don't
thingy
need
for VR
VR
chat.
to use VR chat, by the way.
Play is dead.
Well, I just see. Well, I just
definitely
see like
dead.
FP, like the first
Rock and
person
roll
and
play,
on my
Slice
screen.
and
Yeah.
Dice, D&D's for Nerds, A to J presents campaign
Oh.
in here. Me and Pokemon
But it's
Snap.
definitely more fun if you have VR.
I might steal some rock and roll play. I kind of like that one. I might steal that. Well, we might steal that, but we'll see. It's funny because we made the joke. I don't want it to be A to J though, but if it was A to J branded at all, we already have the good name of A to J Adventures with the logo that has a sword.
I
So
know.
that's for our RPG
Can we just
thing.
rebrand it? Come on.
It's mainly because we could just take that for now and just use it.
Yes.
And it's
We'll
like, there
just
you
change.
go.
We'll rebrand the RPG night.
There's so many projects like big and small that I've gotten involved with, and like we'll spend hours meeting up just to like discuss a name. I don't want that to happen.
But it's okay.
Anyways,
We'll
Callie,
just end it here.
yeah, that's
Callie,
it.
anything with you?
Anything with
Will
you?
we seeing you next week? Are you busy?
You'll be seeing me next week. Yeah, that's not 4th of July weekend.
Yeah, this this upcoming week it's
Okie doke.
UPZ on Tuesday. Might not be a guest there, but obviously myself and Yara otherwise. I actually didn't line anyone up, but I do have a topic for it. It's one that we've been floating for a while. Wednesday, Warren, myself, and Snack should be playing D&D Chronicles of Mystara. Finally, we had a test that last week, and then Friday is FAP.
Fuck Wild Arms.
It's FAP with what's his face with myself and Jordan.
Jordan.
Maybe Ari or someone, I don't know. But that one's not written at all, so who knows? Mystery. But then again, we didn't cover most of the shit last time because Weston was on, and we just went on about Dr. Ruth. So and about
I'll be
like,
honest,
you know,
making an outline for UPZ is, or any of these podcasts, is a fool's errand.
it is, especially because like I'm about to say, like the FAP one, I wrote it, and that was actually funny because I haven't been writing them properly in a while.
I was gonna say,
but I
Manuel,
wrote
you
one
used
for
to write
that
an
one.
outline for every single podcast.
Yeah.
It never, and it's
And it was
even
just-
then, it never was according to the outline, really.
Well, it
Well-
was mainly like, oh, are we struggling for content? Are we freezing? So let me just read something.
We never do.
DTLs on Saturday.
Bye bye, Molly.
6 p.m.,
I
and
think
that's
Molly's
it.
on the phone. We should go
Oh.
so Molly could.
We should go.
Bye,
Love you all. Thank you
Good
for watching.
night.
Peace out. Thank you for watching.
Bye.
Blah blah blah. Thank you, Molly and Callie, for coming back. Bye.